Welcome in, ladies and gentlemen, to United Wireless Arena in Dodge City, Kansas. Fulton Castor here with you alongside my broadcast colleague Jackson Schneider as the Southwest Kansas Storm will take on the Salina Liberty in the CIF regular season finale. The Southwest Kansas Storm, at worst, no matter what happens here tonight, they are the 5th seed in the upcoming CIF playoffs, but with the right little bit of chaos ahead of them, they could jump into position to host a playoff game instead of going on the road when those playoffs begin. They're coming off a tough loss in Jackson. That's where we'll start. Last time out, they lost 40-30 against the Wyoming Mustangs. Talking to head coach Brandon Vinson, turnovers. I could say it 30 more times, and I even think he would still want us to say it more. Turnovers were the key, at least in his mind, to that loss last week.
They certainly were. In a game that close, you can't afford to give away free possessions like they did against Wyoming last week, and that is why it's even more important for the Storm here today, because in a team like the Salina Liberty, they thrive on their offense and their defense. If you give them turnover opportunities, they will take them, they will score, and they will be putting a world of hurt on the Storm today. So hanging on to the football and keeping themselves in this football game, playing where they play their best, at home in United Wireless Arena, they've got to give themselves the best chance, and by doing that, they're going to be hanging on to the football.
You mentioned this is where they play their best football. You're completely correct. They have one loss at home this year, and it was against the best team in the league, the Sioux City Bandits. Everyone else has walked in United Wireless Arena. They have walked out a flat-out loser. Going back to that Wyoming game, that was the first start of the year for quarterback Tyreek Smith. He takes over in the starting quarterback position role, and a little bit of the case of the try too hard in that one. Ended up turning the ball over 3 times as part of those turnovers. They also, though, did score the ball 3 times as well. When I talked to head coach Brandon Vinson, the big thing with him was he needs to stay in that middle zone, that bubble zone, not try to overexert himself too much there. But overall, though, he's still a guy who could perform well, especially with his legs.
Yeah, absolutely. He can throw, he can run. He's a great decision maker. I think what you're hitting the nail on the head with Fulton is he tried a little bit too hard in that first start, wanting to make an instant impact rather than executing the way he is capable and utilizing his teammates to the best of their abilities. But I think the week between that loss at Wyoming and today is just what he will need to kind of settle in and just really thrive in this offense. And I think the Storm today have a storm brewing of a potential upset in the CIF standings.
They really could. So it looks like Salina Liberty, they will kick off. The Southwest Kansas Storm will receive in this one. Jimmy Allen, a good leg on him, the kicker for the Salina Liberty, as they will try and come in here, get a win, and continue setting themselves up for another postseason push. They've been to the Champions Bowl the last 2 seasons. They've lost the last 2 seasons, including a 1-point loss to the Omaha Beef last year. You know they want to get a win here, keep up the momentum, solidify themselves for the 2nd seed. They're 6-3. They're at the top right now. They win, they're the 2 seed. They get the bye. They lose, they're going to get them up from Billings and Omaha to not have to play in that first round.
This is a crucial game for both sides, but it starts right here, right now. Thinking back to the first game under Coach Vinson a few weeks ago, the Storm fumbled the opening kickoff and fell behind early and just couldn't dig out of that hole. So this first possession is very important.
Off the foot of Jimmy Allen, and it rolls over the edge on the, it looks like it's going to be on the fly there, rolling off the side.
And that'll be first down at midfield for the Storm. So fantastic field position to start off this action today. We'll see how aggressive they come out in this first possession, try to get the early lead.
We'll see what they do here. That one, you can see what Jimmy Allen tried to do. Try to keep it low, and it just hooked a bit. I mean, it clips off the top of the sidewall, going over the edge there. So now the ball will be at the 25-yard line, the midfield area, as the Southwest Kansas Storm, led by quarterback Tyreek Smith, will be there trying to go here as they will try and score first and get off to a hot start. Already a better start than the last game, Jackson. They did not fumble the opening kickoff.
The motion there, we'll see how they try to arrange.
Little read option action going up the middle. Only a couple yards there, but I already love that action there for Tyreek Smith. He's a quarterback good with his legs. Get a little bit of that motion in there, a simple little read option. He reads the edge, the end crashes down, and he keeps the ball and runs with it.
Yeah, I think that RPO sort of look is what we saw, and we'll probably see a few of those where you'll have the opportunity for Tyreek to use his legs or pull it up and toss it down the field. We'll see what they do now on 2nd down.
We'll see what they do. 2nd and 7, ball on the 22-yard line. High snap with a little bit of the drop back. Scrambling forward, low throw. Looks like that will be complete. as he goes to, of course, one of his favorite targets, Zuri Davis, the big 6'4 receiver out of Texas. The former Longhorn went down there, and he's a big guy, usually having to go up for the ball. On this one, he goes down low and scoops it there. Great job using the body to trap the ball, Jackson.
And that's certainly a good start. You make that first completion, get the chains moving for the first time, and put yourself deeper into the opponent territory and into the red zone, so to speak.
First down of the game for the Southwest Kansas Storm. Receivers go in their motion. Trying to find it, soft scramble, popping back outside, rolling right, little high flare shot, and that's just going to be a thrown away out of bounds. Good job there. I like trying to use the lengths there for Tyreek Smith, but also the even smarter play. That's where we go to. Not doing the try too hard. Didn't have anybody there. Throw it away, live for another down. It was only first down. Now it's 2nd and 10 with the ball in the 11.
Yeah, you don't want to force things. That was a very good decision, and I think already you see the growth between last week and now. That might have been a throw last week at Wyoming where Tyreek tries to do a little bit too much, force it in a tight window that's not there, and it's one of the multiple interceptions that he throws. That is growth right there, and that's what you want to see for a guy making his second start for the Storm.
2nd and 10, play clock already down to 7-6. They need to move. 5-4, play clock going down here. Receivers in motion, snap, gets off a high snap, going back and behind. It bounced backwards, bad bounce, offensive lineman falls on it. That took about 30 bad bounces, but big Jeremy West, the 6'4", 300-pound lineman, gets on it. That one went over Smith's head, bounced once, bounced back. You rarely see a ball take fortuitous. It almost bounces right to the Salina Liberty right here. Through the wickets, old Bill Buckner play there, and Southwest Kansas retains the ball.
You could see Fulton, a little bit of frustration on Jeremy's face. He's the one who tossed it over the head of Tyreek on the snap, but fortuitous bounce for the Storm. He hops on it and has a chance to make it right on this play right here on 3rd and very long.
3rd and 17, ball in the 18. Getting first down to get it to the 1. Thrown over the middle, deflected and knocked away there by the Salina Liberty as they were able to make the play. Now it's going to be 4th down and 17. Likely we're going to see a kicking opportunity here for Southwest, but we'll see what happens here. See if Dylan Burkhardt comes out, but just a great job breaking up that pass there as it went down there to the deep right side.
Now, we do have to give some credit where it's due to the Liberty defense. It's a very stingy defense at that, but a great job to knock that pass away and force a field goal opportunity here early in the first quarter for Dylan Burkhardt.
Dylan Burkhardt lining up, ball in the center hash. He puts his right foot through it. It's going to go up. And it is good off of that left high line, the only 8-yard long field goal there. He notches the bow and the arrow, and it's a 3-0 lead. 11-12 left in the first quarter, 3-0 the Southwest Kansas Storm lead. We'll be back after a quick timeout back here to United Wireless Arena.
Relive the legend at the Boot Hill Museum.
Load up your posse and head for Boot Hill Museum this summer. Celebrate the history of Dodge City by exploring the brand new world-class interactive museum exhibits. Feel the rumble of a buffalo stampede. Have a conversation with the spirits of Dodge. Learn and relive the legend of Dodge City. Join us every night for gunfights, country-style dinner, and variety show.
The city's making history again.
Welcome back to United Wireless Arena. Fulton Casher alongside Jackson Schneider. 3-0. The Southwest Kansas Storm lead with 11-12 to go here in the first quarter in Dodge City. And Jackson, that was a promising first drive, but it wasn't a turnover, but a self-inflicted wound yet again disrupted the chance for the Southwest Kansas Storm as the bad errant snap leads to the long 3rd down play, incomplete pass, and you only get a field goal out of that instead of the touchdown.
That, all things considered, though, the field goal is perfectly fine. It's an opening drive score, puts you up early, and now you get to put your defense out there and hopefully get a stop on your own side.
Dylan Burkhardt, nice little low-lining kick. Good gang tackling there by Southwest. Ashton McKenzie in there for the big laying of the wood hit, and that's the low squib kick. Stays in front. Easy corralling, and now it'll be the Salina Liberty's first chance on offense today. They'll get the ball at right about the 20-yard line, maybe more the 19 or the 18. We'll see where our white hat Craig Hessler and his company spot the ball. But now we're going to see Javen Kilgo for the first time. He had his first start for the Salina Liberty last week, and he played pretty well in their win over the Topeka Tropics.
Yeah, his first start is he had been splitting some time with quarterback Curry Parham, but now the keys given to him for this high-powered offense that averages nearly 40 a game.
A tough run up the middle there and immediately stopped Tracy Brooks. Went up the middle here into a sea of teal and purple into the wall. There maybe gets a yard, and he will officially get a yard. 2nd and 9, ball on the 21. You got to love that good run defense there by Southwest Kansas on the first play. Salina will play it a little bit even balance as well as they can, and when you can set the tone like that, not let them get the easy runs, it's a great play.
Now I'm curious to see if they let it fly. The connection between Javen Kilgo and some of his receivers has been fantastic. But
we got a flag on the play. The referees will chat, and we'll see what Craig Hessler indicates.
Offsides, and that's another little self-inflicted wound there for the Storm, which is unfortunate after what I would consider a win on first down for just 1 yard. Now you're going to be giving a much more beneficial situation to the Liberty on 2nd and 4.
You will now, yeah. That's what's with the self-inflicted wounds. That's what you can't have. That's what Brandon Vincent talked about so much, was don't have the self-inflicted wounds, and that's how they start in this one. So it'll be 2nd and 4 for Salina. Their second play, see if they pass it for the first time. Little drop back there for Kilgo. He throws it deep left side. Knocked up out of the way. 2 pair of defenders there for Southwest Kansas. Travion Bryant and Quandreco Statham. My favorite name of this roster, Quandreco Statham. Nearly getting the interception there. What a great play by those two guys. A little 2-on-1, they just knock it away.
Quan came flying in there, as you can see, just to knock this one away into the second row. Watch out if you're sitting there in the front few sections.
Watch your lips.
But a fantastic play brings up a 3rd down and a chance to try and force a field goal try for this Storm defense.
3rd and 4, play clock resets. Kilgo gets back in the shotgun. Steven Fluker, his center, snaps it back to him. They go a little veer option, slips the ball out. It's going to be, we're going to be tight here to a first down. I think they got it by half a ball length.
Just barely. I do think that he got it by reaching it out a little bit forward. Slow to react, but it will be a first down.
And you watch, they ran what we would call a veer option, Jackson. They're reading the defensive end crashing. Nearly had a miscommunication. He held that ball in the gut of his running back there to Kilgo in Brooks' gut for a long time. They did not fumble the ball, which was a risk there definitely, no matter what. First down for Salina, 8:35 and counting. Ball on the 18-yard line now.
On the Storm side of things, that's okay. You know, you were close to getting off the field potentially, but now you've got to settle back in and play protect from that end zone.
Another little handoff upside. Brooks has these immediately grabbed, stuff back. He'll get maybe a yard or 2 on this one. See, had a gang of defenders in there. Big Sidney Jones out of Southern Connecticut. He was one of the 2 men inside there for the stop as well. They're going to officially give Brooks 1 yard on the carry. 2nd and 9, ball on the 17-yard line of Southwest Kansas.
Already 3 carries on the day for Tracy Brooks. Seems like he's going to be the bell cow for the rushing game today for Salina. But again, you can't get lulled to sleep with that rushing game because the passing game is just as, if not more so, dangerous for this Liberty offense.
Drop back, no back with him. Deep throw right side, high ball. He got it. What a snag there by Demarius D. Washington. Hits the little bit of the south into a crane kick. That is just a perfect ball placement by Javen Kilgo and a fantastic 2-handed grab from Demarius Washington. Just watch this throw and ball placement. No pressure, high up right side, high points the ball, catches it through the contact. That's just a good pitch and catch there from Kilgo to Demarius Washington. You went one-on-one on the backside, couldn't get the job done.
That was the duo to watch for coming into today. Demarius Washington is a heavily targeted receiver for this Liberty offense, nearly 5 receptions per game so far, and that is now his 9th touchdown of the season as he pulled that one in to give the Liberty the lead.
Jimmy Allen, the boot is up, goes left side, and it is through. The try is good. And with that score, the Salina Liberty now leads 7-3 with 6:53 to go in the first quarter. We'll take another timeout. You're watching Southwest Kansas Storm football on the CIF Network.
Who would smuggle a beer across state lines? Someone with a taste for Coors Banquet. It's been stolen, smuggled, and sought after since 1873. Still only brewed in Golden, Colorado.
DC3 has it all. From in-person classes to virtual, we've got you covered. Faster certification, fatter paychecks. Trade up to a better life.
ITC operates, builds, and maintains the electric transmission infrastructure. We are working hard to improve electric reliability and increase electric transmission capacity throughout our operations across the Midwest. ITC, we're your energy superhighway.
Welcome back to United Wireless Arena here in Dodge City. Fulton Castro alongside Jackson Schneider. 7-3, the Salina Liberty lead after just a, again, beautifully well-placed ball from Kilgo to his wide receiver, Demarius Washington.
It was a beautiful ball and kind of right on cue. I told you couldn't get lulled to sleep by the rushing game.
That's true, you did.
For the Liberty. They are a dangerous team through the air as well, but back and forth we go here early. Now we'll see if the Storm can punch back.
Low squib kick there. This one doesn't go out of bounds. It's sitting there return, trying to corral it and going deep there is Travion Samuel, but he's wrapped up and dropped at the 15-yard line. And that is where the second offensive drive of the night for the Southwest Kansas Storm and quarterback Tyreek Smith will get underway. And now let's see. They had a good drive last time. They were actually going there getting that, but a bad snap that went over the head caused by Jeremy West that went over his quarterback Tyreek Smith's head. That led them back and kind of shut them down. Let's see if they can avoid one of those mistakes this time out.
Yeah, I think that you're going to look at a much more maybe settled in offense because they were moving the ball well outside of that one mistake, like you said, Fulton. But let's see how they get it started.
High snap yet again. They wanted to go for an option play. They could have, but Tyreek Smith is going to break free. He puts a shoulder down nearly to the 20. You could tell with the high snap from West that they wanted to go for a read option there. They couldn't do it. Tyreek Smith, you know what? Let's improvise, and it worked out incredibly well there.
Yeah, he is so athletic that the play breaks down. He saw the sliver of daylight and then used that physical frame to push forward. First down into the Salina Liberty's territory and a chance to try and counter back with some points of their own here.
First and 10, ball on the 21-yard line of the Salina Liberty, 5:50 and counting, 7-3, the Liberty lead the Storm. Little handoff, that one's going to go up inside, shaking the tackle, good play, going right side, into the wall there, good run by George Morena, the 5'10", 220-pound running back from Illinois State. And that's the kind of running game they need to get going. Brandon Vincent wants his team to be balanced, but that's the really big play they have for the first time.
Yeah, Morera with a big-time run. Breaking that tackle was a big move to get to the outside, move the chains again, and get this team, or not move the chains, I apologize, just 9 yards. I thought he got the first down,
So did
but still
I.
a great run for him for his first carry of the day.
Receivers go in motion. They're going to drop back. Send out to the flat. There's Morera. He's going to go left side, sticks the ball out, just get an easy play. And because they didn't get the 10 yards, a nice just little, let's swing out to the left. Let's just get a first down. Let's not mess around something crazy on 2nd and 1. Just get the first down, reset here, and now they're in a great chance to score, Jackson.
Yeah, only 2 yards, but you only needed 2 yards, really.
You really
Move
did.
the chains, get yourself into a first and goal type situation here, and now you just settle back in and try and force the issue to get into the end zone and retake the lead here early.
See what they can do. They're going to come up and set on the line here. First and goal, 4.5 minutes to go. We're at 10 seconds on the play clock. Tyreek Smith telling his receivers to go on motion. Takes the snap, drops back. He's going to fade it high and deep, and that was just too far out of the way. I get the idea there. Is going for the high fade ball to Torrance Carr, the 6'3" wide receiver, another one of those big frame wide receivers that Southwest Kansas has, but you also were double covered there on the back right side. I think the best thing there to do was the throwaway.
Well, that's the way you want to deliver a pass like that. If you're going to make a corner fade type route out there, you got to throw it to where either your receiver can get it or no one can. So that was a perfectly executed throw, despite it being over the head of Carr. And you know what? 2nd and 10 now, you get an opportunity to keep going, and better yet, you keep possession of the ball.
Second and goal, 3:45 to go. Receivers go in motion yet again. Another drop back there, three on the right side. Short little pass there, nice catch and go. As that one was grabbed there by Travion Samuel. I loved it. You watch that flood on the right side. Runs a little hitch route into the zone, gets to the ball, and I think if he could have kept his feet a little bit better, he could have gone forward, but he did the smart thing, just secure the catch. The ball's on the 3-yard line now, and you're an even better chance to try and score here on 3rd and goal. If I'm Coach Vanson, I got 2 plays to get 3 yards.
Absolutely.
I'm not kicking from the 3 in arena football. I got 2 plays from 3 yards here.
No excuses. You've got 2 yards or 2 plays to get 3 yards.
There's a little collision in the backfield going down, and it looked like they wanted to go for a kind of a pop pass, a jet sweep, whatever. The Y coming there a little bit too deep there was Torrance Carr. He collides with Tyreek Smith, and now we go back.
Oh, you can see on that replay, kind of got knocked off of his platform.
Looked like Carr just was too deep on the sweep.
Yeah.
Looks like they wanted to sweep there, but he's too deep. But he's got an injured player on the field. For Salina trying to work out the hamstrings there. He's gonna, you can see him flexing that left hamstring back and forth, trying to pull it in there. 2:51 to go and counting. We will take a brief timeout. You're listening to Southwest Kansas Storm football on the CIF network. Tyrell Green was the injured player there. He's helped up off the field. He's going to be popped off for a brief moment. Love to see the guy go walk back under his own power.
Yeah, Tyrell Green, defensive back, just a rookie, 5'11", 195, but helped off a little bit, but gets out, and hopefully we'll be able to see him return. But now a big 4th and goal.
Huge 4th and goal here. Receivers in motion, flood right side. Tyreek Smith steps up, pumps fake, highs back in the end zone, and he had Zuri Davis. The ball hit the hands, and he drops it, and that's a turnover on downs.
That one's going to sting.
Oh, that is going to sting for quite some time. We're going to take a timeout. Southwest Kansas Storm football are down 7-3 to the Son of Liberty with 2:28 remaining in the first quarter. Welcome back to United Wireless Arena in Dodge City, Kansas. Southwest Kansas Storm trailed the Salina Liberty 7-3 with 2:28 remaining here in the opening period. And Jackson, yet again, they had a chance here. Now they're going to be on defense for the Southwest Kansas Storm.
Tough to come up empty there, but now you've got the Liberty backed up against their own end zone, and this is where the defense has to swarm.
Then the Storm swarming there, nearly a little breaking of the first tackle there for Tracy Brooks, but as always, you break the initial tackle if you get that wave of defenders in there. They got him back there, and now it's going to be 2nd and 11. They lose the yard ball on the 4. So even though you had to turn it over on downs there, it was deep in their territory. So now maybe if you play this right, flip it around, they have to kick a long field goal, you can get something for yourself.
I think if you're the Storm defense, you're thinking safety right now. You got to force the issue.
Snap back, center drop back, the pocket coming in. We got a hold. That is a hold 100%. That one's thrown away. We had a hold in the end zone. We'll wait for the official call. That was to me looked like on the goal line. Also, great hands by the fan there.
That's what I wanted to say.
Property of the Southwest Kansas Storm for sure, my friend.
But now half the distance of the goal and a big time. Oh, it's a safety.
They did call the hold in the. It was close to the goal line, Jackson. That is a hold in the end zone. That is a safety for the Southwest Kansas Storm. Put 2 points up on the board and possession. Liberty, the Salina Liberty now only leads 7-5. After that was my key there. As we're watching, I knew that hold was called. They had that grab. It was close enough to the goal line that I didn't know for sure. But as soon as they said that hold was in the end zone, that equals a safety.
This is a pendulum moment in this game. You get 2 points. More importantly for the Storm, you get the football back. And after falling just a few yards short in their last drive, you know they're hungry and ready to roll. An opportunity to retake the lead off of the defensive score there. Huge momentum swing for the Storm.
That is just a massive momentum change there. You know what you want to do there. You don't want to let your quarterback get sacked, but just also, you talked about they pinned the ears back. They wanted to get the great pressure, and pressure either gets you the sack, or in that case, the pressure just created the penalty and still got you the safety.
And for me, this is huge for the momentum of the team just from a mental standpoint. After having miscues on your end create the loss last week, you've got something swinging your way and a chance to send it back the other direction.
That one's deep, taken by Zuri Davis. He'll try and come up with it, working right side, and is yanked down by the tearaway jersey.
Got lassoed there by the Liberty's number 19, and that is Anthony Love. No love lost on that tackle as he just slung him to the turf.
Absolutely none at all there as he was just whipped around to the turf there. Kind of got the back there, hung on it, just whipped him straight to the ground. So Anthony Love puts him down, and the ball will be on the 10-yard line of Southwest Kansas. Minute 31 to go. Depending on the speed of this drive, this might be the final drive of the opening period here in Dodge City. Tyreek Smith will come out, the young 6', 200-pound quarterback. In his second career start, already out to a better start so far in this one, but if they can get any sort of a score here, you take the lead.
Absolutely, but obviously you want to put it in the end zone, and I know Zuri Davis is hungry. Give that man the ball, give him another chance. Try to get the Storm back on top.
Another bad snap. Load picked up by Smith. He'll break the pocket, go forward. He runs 15 up to the 20, puts the ball out of bounds, not take the hit, and another good scramble. Jeremy West, another bad snap. He's been really off on his snaps so far tonight, Jackson, but they've only hurt them one time so far.
Well, it is important to note that Jeremy has not been the regular center for
That is a great thing to know.
So he is still kind of getting used to not only executing the snap, but preparing for the defensive pressure as well. So there's a lot that goes into that. But credit to Tyreek for handling it and getting a first down with his legs yet again and moving those chains for the Storm.
First and 10, ball in the 21, takes the snap, little handoff inside, going to cut up inside. Great little run there by Travion Samuel, gets about 4 yards, should be 2nd and 6. And let's see how quickly they don't have to get a snap off here before the end of the quarter. We're down to 10 seconds, and they might be very content. And it looks like that's what head coach Brandon Vincent and company are going to do. They're going to just take this to the end of the first quarter. After 15 minutes of play at the United Wireless Arena here in Dodge City, the Salina Liberty lead 7-5 over the Southwest Kansas Storm. We'll take a timeout. We got more CIF football action coming at you when we come back.
I made dinner.
We got McDonald's. Dad didn't cook.
Thanks, honey. Be right down.
Yum.
There's a deal for every family. Now get 2 McDouble or hot and spicy McChicken sandwiches for just $3. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
The only thing better than the free large fries you get when you download the app are the points you'll start earning on any order with My McDonald's Rewards. Download the McDonald's app today to get free large fries.
For 150 years, Dodge City has provided 150 years of adventure. 150 years of excitement. 150 years of culture. Make some history. Celebrate with us. 150 years of Dodge City. The West is just the beginning.
All right, man, what do you want to watch? Football or football? Let's go with football.
Football it is.
Feel kind of dirty watching another team. He'll get over it. Turn it up.
Welcome back to United Wireless Arena in Jackson as it's a 7-5 Liberty lead here with the start of the second quarter. The point thresholds will be key in this one. Who can get, it's almost that race to 30, especially for the Storm.
Yeah, the 30 is the number to watch out for. Both of these teams significantly better when putting up 30 points on the board.
Deep ball left side, just overcooking the pass a little bit. Went for Torrance Carr again. I love the idea. Torrance Carr is not just big in height, big in body. He is 6'3", 230 pounds. He is a muscular, big receiver. They went for it again, but another basically, I call it too high, essentially. It's kind of a double bracket load there to the left side, and once again, though, no interceptions.
Yeah, still very fine with that placement, but going back to the 30-point threshold, this Storm team averages just a hair over 35 a game, but they are 5-1 on the season when scoring 30 or more. That is the number that they're trying to get to and get to first here today, and they've got a great opportunity to try and take the lead on this drive.
They do. Receivers in motion, 3rd and 6, scrambling right side. He's going to take it himself. Will Tyreek, he cuts up inside. He stretches in. He's got it by a yard. Let's see where the officials mark it, and they are already calling for the chains to move. And Tyreek Smith, he just looked his defender in the face there, and I would call it a small taunt. Looks at him there and just kind of gives him a soft little, we're going first there. Looked at Dwayne Autry for Salina, kind of on the point of like, you tried, buddy, but we still got the first down.
Yeah, certainly him just kind of getting in his opponent's, how do I say, maybe getting under his skin a little bit, trying to get in his head. It's a mental game in a lot of ways, but especially when you're able to outwill your opponent with plays like that and just kind of talk a little smack. That's totally okay. If you're Coach Vincent, you want your team to have a bit of an attitude and a bit of a swagger about them.
You do. 1st and 10 now with that conversion. Ball in the 19. Tyreek Smith on the way there in the gun. Receivers motion. Short little drop back. He's scrambling. He'll work right side. He has an angle. 20 to the 15. Puts the ball just past the 15, close to the 13. Another good scramble by Tyreek Smith.
I think we're seeing him settle in, that he is more than okay with taking chunks of 4, 5, 6 yards at a time, not forcing it into tight windows, but moving the ball to positive gains and just helping his team chip away at getting closer to the end zone.
Dominic Logan there, I don't think he held, but he got a little grabby there on that turn, and the defender there going there, Isaiah Blackman for Salina, kind of made a motion to the ref after he was down, kind of like a where's my flag, and he had a chance there, but he tried to make the play, and we'll see what happens.
We saw Coach Vincent there trying to draw something up. We'll see what they do. A handoff, but nowhere to go.
They tried to go in there with Morera as he tried to go up there. George Morera tried to go up the middle there, and just a little bit of some good gap integrity as we're kind of watching the replay going through, and it's just a great job slipping in there behind there and making the play was Folsom for Salina.
Yeah, Folsom is a very heavy hitter, a guy who played Division I football for the Troy Trojans down in the Sun Belt Conference. You know,
Fun Belt, as we would say.
Absolutely. We're having fun here tonight.
We are.
The CIF so far, very competitive, but a big 3rd down for the Storm.
Huge 3rd down, 3rd and 4, ball on the 13. Receivers in motion, all on the right side. Little fade right, little throw left behind, but a good grab and a 1st down. Another good job flooding right. Coming on the crossing route was Trevion Samuel across the field. The ball was behind, but a good job by Samuel. Just kind of turned, 2 hands on the ball, corralled it, and it's another 1st down. Now it's 1st and goal from the 8. Southwest Kansas in a great spot to take the lead yet again.
Yeah, that was just beautiful. The crossing route opened him up wide open on that left side, and a little bit behind him, as you mentioned, Fulton, but certainly a very catchable ball there as Samuel made the grab and slammed into the pads. It's 1st and goal.
Shotgun set, high snap, little handoff there, and it will go there, going right side now, trying to go back down. So they did a little handoff there to Torrance Carr Young. And I like the idea. They tried that jet sweep last time, and it didn't work. This time it was a correct little motion read. He went up, tried to cut back inside, and just great pressure up the middle there from Salina, getting in there and making the tackle, Dontre Matthews.
Isaiah Blackman as well was in there kind of forcing the issue and mucking up the running lane as well. So he may not have made the tackle, but you certainly like to see that if you're the Liberty, and just kind of making things a lot more difficult defensively.
If there's a great thing for Torrance Carter, got back to the line of scrimmage. They did not lose any yardage. 2nd and goal from the 8. One receiver to the left. They're going to be 2 to the right, both in motion. Sample drop back there, looking over the middle. A lot of pressure. Smith is just going to turn. He's going to run and gets a hard hit near the center. And now some words are being exchanged between Dontre Matthews and Tyreek Smith. Smith took the hit well. He wasn't moved. Great job there. They blitzed there with Ketron Folsom. He blitzed. They go left. He tried to juke around, and that was a high hit. And then afterwards, that was close to some extracurriculars there from Matthews. He wants to be careful.
I love it. Did you see on the replay the reaction of the fans down there? That was a hard hit. You could certainly hear it, but the fans getting a real taste of some physical football right now, up close and personal. But we'll see how Tyreek responds after getting hit. A lot of players kind of get a little bit strengthened after getting popped in the mouth.
They went under center for the first time. Bad snap. Falling on it there is Tyreek Smith. They don't turn it over, but it's going to be 4th down and long. 4th and 8, and it looks like head coach Brandon Benson might send his kicker Dylan Burkhardt back out and just take the points, take the 1-point lead.
I think that's the smart decision.
It is.
They made the decision to go under center, and that's not a familiar area for a guy like Tyreek. And it's kind of a tough exchange when you're going from shotgun to under center. He just got a little too hurried and dropped the football. Fortunate, though, to keep possession and, again, give Burkhardt a chance to put his team on top.
Burkhardt with those bright yellow shoes puts the kick up, and it is good. So it's an 8-7 lead. 2nd field goal made of the night for Dylan Burkhardt. And for the 2nd time this evening, the Southwest Kansas Storm are back up 8-7. We'll take another timeout. 9:01 left to go in the first half. Southwest Kansas back up. You're watching football on the CIF Network.
Tony Bolonovich here with another reason not to eat the Jimmy's Johns. These tryhards fresh bake their bread all day. Sandwich bread don't come fresh. It comes from a truck, from out of state. Baked once a week at exactly none of your business. So Jimmy's Johns, enough with the fresh baked nonsense.
Stevie, in front of my bread-like product.
Tony. You're dead to me!
Jimmy John's, the sandwich of sandwiches.
Protect Spraying Service is well known throughout southwest Kansas and the Oklahoma Panhandle for professional lawn care services. We offer customized lawn care programs tailored to either cool season or warm season grass, including fertilizer and weed and insect control. We treat all types of grass for nearly all types of conditions. We can diagnose and treat most disease early to protect your landscape. For residential and commercial lawn service in southwest Kansas and the Oklahoma Panhandle, visit Protect Spraying Service online at protectspraying.com.
Welcome back to United Wireless Arena in Dodge City. Southwest Kansas is up 8-7. Their 2nd lead of the night. They've led 3-0, and now they lead 8-7 thanks to a safety and then a field goal. But once again, Jackson, they got back to where they could score, and a self-inflicted wound keeps them from getting the touchdown they want.
You know, it's kind of a low-grade self-inflicted wound, but it's happened 2 or 3 times at this juncture. It's kind of death by paper cuts,
it is,
so to speak, but they're able to salvage points, retake the lead, and put the momentum back in the hands of the Liberty, though.
Good snag on the line. Great snag on the line, trying to move right side, working through there, gets through the tackle. We'll try it. That was just a great grab on the liner by Corey Williams. I mean, that was a heat-seeking missile from Dylan Burkhardt, and Williams, kind of like a shortstop in baseball, just flipped the hands out and ripped. Let's watch. Like, look at this. Right at him. It's almost a heads-up play.
Almost self-defense to grab the ball, and he salvages it into a pretty darn good return as well. But now fantastic field position for the Liberty, starting off at the Storm's 18-yard line.
They're going to start on the Storm 18, 8:45 and counting to go here in the first half. Javen Kilgo is going to be the quarterback in the shotgun. They have a touchdown and a safety on their 2 offensive possessions. He takes it, Goes for the fake, give on the right side, draws back. They want to go deep. They do. Over the middle, it's high and intercepted. Great heads-up play. The ball was just a wee bit high, and our guy Jackson Quandrango Statham makes the play. He's going to sprint down to the back of the end zone to show up to the fans. Great job there. Be aware. Watch this beautiful play with me. He goes high ball off the tips, the fingertips, watches it down, and that is in there. What a snag. He gives it to a fan over there on the side. What a play. A massive change right there, because you go from the Liberty knocking on the door right away off of the kickoff return to the turnover, and now a chance to continue the onslaught of points here is after the safety, the field goal. Maybe this is the break they need to get a guy in the end zone. Great job also there by Statham to make sure that ball did not hit the ground and dislodge. He was extended, so now they get a chance to build more points. They're going to take it at the 5-yard line since the ball was recovered in the end zone. What is equivalent to a touchback? If your first time runs for arena football, what's equivalent to a touchback? It's like the NFL or other professional leagues. Here, it's up to the 5. They have it here. Shotgun set. They're going to drop back. Just a little handoff to Morera. He'll bounce it right side, trying to work his way through. He's going to get about a yard, and it'll be second down. I like the idea to try and run the ball, get you a little bit of room. Nothing crazy here.
Now, George, typically a guy who picks up yardage in chunks, but the Liberty defense, again, making things very difficult for him on the running lanes. And so far, just 10 rushing yards on 3 carries so far for George.
We're at 7:45, below almost to the halfway point, essentially, perfectly through this opening half. 2nd and 9. Ball on the 6-yard line. 2 receivers to the top. They're going to both go in motion. Tyreek Smith fakes the throw. He's standing in the pocket, has some room, fakes it again. He'll step up, hook right backside. Going to try and go around again. His tackle from behind. He tried to get creative, and then he's going to get back to the line of scrimmage there. It is Tyreek Smith. I love him trying to get creative there, but just no one was open down the field. And the benefit, though, doesn't turn it over, doesn't try and force the ball downfield, just keeps it within it, try to get some yards, because the beautiful part of arena football, if you go to 4th down here, you just try a long field goal with Burkhardt.
And he's been really their best offense so far, tried and true through 2 different attempts. But I've got to credit, again, the Liberty defense, making things very difficult for this Storm offense. But, again, we'll harp on the decision-making of Tyreek. It has gotten wildly better
in a singular week.
He has improved greatly. That was something last week he would have forced, and again, it ended up in a couple of different turnovers.
They get a blitz, they're going back. Tyreek comes out of it, comes through. Good job breaking through the arm tackle. They blitz Katron Folsom yet again. Did Salina and Haran O'Neill and company. They blitzed him again, and he almost got there for the safety. He got out there. It's going to be 4th and 10, and I can only assume we're getting a long field goal try from Dylan Burkhardt. Ball on the 5. It's going to be a deep, deep field goal attempt.
Man, that was very close. Folsom nearly had
he almost
a safety
had him. He could smell
back in the other direction. We have had a defensive battle, but this has been certainly the night to shine for Burkhardt, and a chance to try and just push that lead out ever so slightly, but this one's not going to be a cakewalk.
It's going to be a deep field goal attempt here.
I remember doing it from this far away, those uprights are just 8 yards apart, so very narrow.
Kick is up, it's going deep, and it's far, wide, right, and short. Recovered there by Salina. They're going to go left side. He's going to be down just past the 20-yard line at about the 18 with 5:37 to go. The Southwest Kansas Storm still leading 8-7. They could not turn something around on that turnover. We're going to take a timeout with 5:37 to go. You're watching Southwest Kansas Storm football on the CIF Network.
A home is more than just a house. And an office is more than just a place to work. ServiceMaster is here to offer home and business services when you need them most. Coast to coast, we do it all for you. ServiceMaster, the complete customer experience. When disaster strikes, count on our nationwide network of restoration specialists. Visit us online or call 1-800-RESPOND.
Welcome back to United Wireless Arena. That first down play, they ran that real quick there out of the timeout. So 2nd and 8, so it's only a 2-yard gain on a first down run there for Kelly for the Salina Liberty. They're going to run through here, so it'll be 2nd and 8, ball on the 19-yard line of Southwest Kansas. Running back off the right hip of Kilgo. He'll fake it. Go outside. A quick little wide receiver screen. Good blocks there with a missed tackle. Another hard, strong tackle. And it's going to be third down, about 3 or 4. Slipping through the first tackle there was Corey Williams. Then he was able to come through, but nice little quick just to immediately go out to him. Good blocks there trying to make it through. And he slipped through that one, tried to get it again, but then just a good come-up, wrap-up tackle there by Tristan Vance. So it's 3rd and 3, ball in the 14. You can only imagine if they don't get this, Salina may go for it still. They trail 8-7 here in the first half. Kilgo in the shotgun. Let's see if they can get a score again. Will be Salina. Another simple drop back. Pressure, pocket collapsing. He's going to flare it out to the right side. They're going to get a first down by a quarter of a football length. And Tracy Brooks wants to be careful. It looked like he almost slapped the back of the helmet of Tristan Vance here. We'll see if they show it on the end of this replay. Catches out in the flare, gets it tackle in there, and then he flicks the back of Vance's helmet. I'm all for the referees letting guys play, but that borderlines on an unnecessary action, however light it may be. First and 10. Second little run here, going with the middle there. Working right side, breaks that. He's going to get in there easy there is Tracy Brooks. Runs right side, gets into the end zone. Second touchdown of the day for the Salina Liberty. This one on the ground. Just got an easy breakthrough on the right side. And he completely went through. It was just a tough one there. They tried to get the tackle. They could not get it done. And Salina is back out in front yet again in the race for 30 now. Jackson is trending the Salina Liberty's way as Jimmy Allen comes out for the PAT.
So that's going to be frustrating for Coach Vincent. I know he wants touchdowns and not field goals. They've had their opportunities against the second-place team in the CIF, but now the Liberty with 2 touchdowns, they lead it 13-8 after a block.
They can return this for 2 points. Right on the sideline, 10-5 in the end zone. That is 2 points for the Southwest Kansas Storm. Travion Bryant. He picked that one up on a hop and got through as that ball was brought the big meaty paw up there by Sidney Jones. Sidney Jones with the block in return by Travion Bryant, the DB. And it's 13-10. So now with that little point swing there, Jackson.
At 2 points.
Field goal, you tie this game back up because you get the ball back.
This is yet another one of those positive breaks that goes the way of the Storm, and it cuts into that deficit again. And really, we talked about death by paper cuts for the Storm's mistakes.
Get a little death by paper cuts for the Liberty.
Yeah, flipping back in the other direction. You get the ball back again for the Storm here, and another chance to tie or potentially take the lead again.
That was just an amazing score on that play. And it was just a little bit of a high snap there on the field goal attempt. It had to go high for the holder. He brought it down, but that gave enough time for Sidney Jones to just come bulldozing his big way. Sidney Jones not a small guy. He's 6'1", 295 pounds. It's not an easy man to block there up the middle. He gets through, just sticks a paw up, blocks it through, and then the fortuitous bounces have really gone the Storm's way when that ball's been on the ground tonight. It goes in the hands there of Travion Bryant, and it's 2 points the other way, 13-10. You know you want a touchdown here on this drive. You are head coach Brandon Vance, but you will gladly take a field goal and tie the game. High skip and a bounce, ball in the hands of Zuri Davis. He'll cut right side, try and cut up the middle yet again. He is stopped just past the 20. It looks like they're going the ball at the 21 or the 22-yard line, and that is where Southwest Kansas will start their next offensive drive. Still looking for their first touch. They had 10 points in the strangest way possible. They have 2 field goals and 2 two-point plays, a safety and a return of a blocked extra point. Not the normal way you get to 10, but hey, you take the 10 however you can get it.
This game has been anything but normal, and I think if you're a fan at home, you're loving that.
Oh, you're loving every second.
We're loving it right here in our seats, and we're just not even halfway through what is certainly going to continue to be a very abnormal and exciting regular season finale for 2 playoff-bound teams in the CIF.
Both these teams are guaranteed in the playoffs. They're here. What they are trying to do today is solidify their seedings. 13-10, the Liberty are leading with 3 minutes to play here. 2 receivers will come at the motion in the bottom, 1 at the top. Tyreek Smith will take it. He'll drop back another blitz. He'll float it over the middle. It's high and intercepted. Intercepted by the Salina Liberty. They're going to cut it back left side. Trying to run through, spinning back around there, making the play was Dontre Matthews. He's going to go down. And he takes a swipe there. He was getting a little mad as he had an offensive lineman coming down at him. But it was another blitz, created pressure, trying to float it up high. It was too tall for Travion Samuel, and a good grab there by Dontre Matthews, and now the first turnover of the game for the Southwest Kansas Storm. And that will lead to another possession.
That's the second interception we've seen in this game that's just come off of the fingertips of a receiver. And the unfortunate thing is in the box score, the result is the same in an interception, but neither of them in either direction are really the fault of the quarterback. It was just a little bit too tall, but anytime you hit a receiver in the hands, you'd expect it to be a catch. But another flip of the script as the Liberty take over now with that 3-point lead and a chance to try and extend it to a 2-possession game.
They will try. We're 2.5 minutes to go here in the first half. That clock has been rolling a lot. We've had a very clean first half. Receivers in motion. Dropping back is Kilgo. He has plenty of pocket. He's going to float that baby deep. It goes deep and high, and that one's incomplete. And desperately wanting the flag there was Demarius Washington, but there will be no call. A little bit of hand fighting there on the backside as Tristan Vance went deep, but wasn't able to make the play.
Very well defended by Hadley as he comes in, and he makes a great play on the ball, and really Demarius Washington starts acting more like the defender just to try and bat the ball away and keep the possession for his offense.
Clock continuing to tick, 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 tick. 1:50 and counting, 2nd and 10. Ball on the 11. The clock always flows here in Arena Football. They want high-paced action. Those receivers all in motion, dropping back, pump faking. He's going to spin again. He's going to come up. Kilgo, he'll run now, stay by the line of scrimmage. He floats it deep over the middle of the field. It's caught there. Great play by Corey Williams. Great job improvising there by Kilgo, and he stayed behind the line of scrimmage. A little float jump pass over the middle, and it's a first down there for the Salina Liberty.
Now that was a great job of improvising by Kilgo. You could see the internal clock was ticking as he felt the pressure bearing down, steps up in the pocket, floats to his right, and perfectly places the ball in the hands of his receiver, Corey Williams.
Just a great play there. It was just a fantastic job. We're going to get a timeout for Southwest Kansas with 1:05 to go. Just a great play. 13-10, the Salina Liberty lead the Southwest Kansas Storm with 1:05 and counting as we have been in a tight contest here, ladies and gentlemen. And we talk about the race to 30. I assume at some point someone will get there, Jackson, but this has been a low-scoring game because of the mistakes by both sides. And I'm with you as well. Who knows how we're going to get there? We've had a safety. We've had a extra point blocked in return for 2 points. We've had 2 interceptions off tipped balls. We've had a kickoff that was snagged by an up man. We've had a little bit of everything here in the first half in Dodge City, the United Wireless Arena.
Yeah, all I know is the bingo cards out there are very full. We're getting close to blackout on those. But everything has happened in not even 2 quarters of football, Fulton. I am very excited for what the second half has in store for us, but still a world of time in Arena Football. 1:05 to go here, and certainly the Liberty eyeing a 2-possession lead before they head into the locker room, but we'll see what this Storm defense has to say about it.
Nice job going outside, but it was a fake there. Going to the left side is Kilgo. We have a flag. It's in the defensive backfield.
This might be an illegal defense call.
It might be.
Oh, an illegal blindside block on the Liberty.
You don't see that very often, so wipes out a moderate gain there. So now they'll go back it up. Under a minute to go here, 13-10.
And
with that, it's going to be the 1-minute warning. Under a minute to play, this is the 1-minute warning. 13-10, the Salina Liberty lead the Southwest Kansas Storm here on the CIF Network.
Relive the legend at the Boot Hill Museum.
Load up your posse and head for Boot Heel Museum this summer. Celebrate the history of Dodge City by exploring the brand new world-class interactive museum exhibits. Feel the rumble of a buffalo stampede. Have a conversation with the spirits of Dodge. Learn and relive the legend of Dodge City. Join us every night for gunfights, country-style dinner, and variety show.
The city's making history again.
Who would smuggle a beer across state lines? Someone with a taste for Coors Banquet. It's been stolen, smuggled, and sought after since 1873. Still only brewed in Golden, Colorado.
DC3 has it all. From in-person classes to virtual, we've got you covered. Faster certification, fatter paychecks. Trade up to a better life.
ITC operates, builds, and maintains the electric transmission infrastructure. We are working hard to improve electric reliability and increase electric transmission capacity throughout our operations across the Midwest. ITC, we're your energy superhighway.
Welcome back to United Wireless Arena. Fulton Castro alongside Jackson Schneider. 13-10, the Salina Liberty lead the Southwest Kansas Storm. The ball is on the 22-yard line of the Storm. 1st and 21 after an illegal blindside block is set back behind the chains. 1st and 21 for the Liberty. Kilgo takes the snap. He'll fake it right side. Fakes the screen. He wants to go deep. He's telling his receiver to go deep. They'll float it back up into the crowd. And we have a flag on the field. I wonder if we're going to get a hold.
Yeah, that's right about where we're at. It looked like the Storm's defensive line was starting to get some penetration there. And the offensive line of the Liberty just grabbing some jersey and giving it a yank. And that's going to benefit the Storm a little bit more.
Clock will start on the snap, and they indeed call an offensive penalty. So once again, going all the way backwards here is Salina. So they were in such a great spot. They were truly in a great spot to score here, and they keep going back. And that would say hands to the face defensive penalty. And so now it's an automatic first down there as we got through to the referee.
Well, we were off on what we had seen, and now that flips things back into the direction of the Liberty now. So when they were behind the chains, now they get a 1st and 10. So we got to pay closer attention first of all, and the Liberty are going to try and, well, we'll have another penalty instead.
Looked like the receivers crossed the line of scrimmage before the snap was triggered.
Can we get a replay possibly of the flag throw? I think one of the receivers for the Liberty got a smack to the dome from the penalty flag. That was pretty crazy.
That's a defensive penalty called, and now it's 1st and 5. And now after the Southwest Kansas Storm did all the things they could to get that ball back there and push it deep, and now once again going deep, and that was on Sidney Jones.
Got to dig deep here now. 1st and 5. Still just 52 seconds to go in the first half, but this is where you make your money if you're the Storm.
Surely is. We'll see what they can do. 52 seconds to go. Ball is snapped. They'll pitch left side. Going to try and run right side there. Not stopped up at about the 5. There is Tracy Brooks. We'll see if a Storm called the timeout again. And there's more extracurriculars. Both of these teams are getting very chippy with each other. The referees need to make sure that they hang on to order here in this game, because both these teams, after every hit, there's a lot of jockeying and jarring for position, and everyone keeps getting a little bit angry there on the sideline. The Salina Liberty called their first timeout, stopping the clock at 2nd and 2. We'll keep it right here with 29 seconds to go.
Now, Fulton with just 29 seconds left in the half, and a 2nd and goal situation for the Storm. Do you think they're even messing around with anything other than just giving Brooks the football here? Because he has been the bell cow so far today. And I tell you what, with just 2 yards to go, a guy like that's so strong and physical on the inside, he should get the ball just about every time. But on the flip side of that coin, you're probably thinking the same thing if you're Coach Vincent or if you're Coach George, trying to narrow down the options for the Salina Liberty and turn the opposition away here in the final seconds of the first half.
And you mentioned it's only 2 yards to get the first down, but the ball was also just on the 5 here. You have 29 seconds. You still have 2 timeouts to see if they run it. And they do. It looks, there's going to be a play action to the back of the end zone. Too tall, and Corey Williams couldn't get it. And I try not to call out receivers on their plays too often because they're much more athletic than I am. That's why you go with 2 hands, kids. That's all I'm going to say. Because watch on the replay here, Jackson. It goes high. I don't know if just the one hand was all you needed there. It was still a little tall, but Corey Williams just couldn't corral it.
I will say, shows what I know, because I'm thinking run, run, run.
So am I.
And the Liberty come out with a play-action pass, but now 3rd and 2 here, trying to create some offense in the final seconds of this half.
They give it to Cal, and goes down there to Brooks. They tried to run that veer option yet again. It was read perfectly. No matter who kept the ball was going to go down there, and so Gilgo decides, I'll let my running back take the bulk of the hit there and just kind of get out of the way.
This is a huge, huge win for the Storm here because the Liberty are going to take a timeout and settle for one play, and I would imagine they may just try the field goal.
I imagine they'll just go for the field goal on 4th and 6 with 2 seconds to go here. We'll keep it right here with this timeout being called. And so likely here the field goal is going to be kicked.
And you stay within one possession. That's the big win.
And that is the biggest win here, and you make an excellent point. If they make the field goal, it's 16-10. However, we have seen a field goal blocked on a shorter distance.
Yes, that's what you took the words right out of my mouth, Fulton. You know the Storm are going to be eyeing a chance at another block, and potentially this one would result in a touchdown and not just 2 points. But
you are correct.
You know that the offensive line as well as the Liberty aren't going to make that happen so easily.
Ball near the center hash. Snap good, hold good, kick is up. And it is good. So at halftime here, the Salina Liberty get 3 points on the board. We go into half. It's a 1-possession game. The Salina Liberty 16, the Southwest Kansas Storm 10. We're going to go to halftime. We'll be back after this here on the CIF Network.
Load up your posse and head for Boot Heel Museum this summer. Celebrate the history of Dodge City by exploring the brand new world-class interactive museum exhibits. Feel the rumble of a buffalo stampede. Have a conversation with the spirits of Dodge. Learn and relive the legend of Dodge City. Join us every night for gunfights, country-style dinner, and variety show.
The city's making history again.
Who would smuggle a beer across state lines? Someone with a taste for Coors Banquet. It's been stolen, smuggled, and sought after since 1873. Still only brewed in Golden, Colorado.
DC3 has it all. From in-person classes to virtual, we've got you covered. Faster certification, fatter paychecks. Trade up to a better life.
ITC operates, builds, and maintains the electric transmission infrastructure. We are working hard to improve electric reliability and increase electric transmission capacity throughout our operations across the Midwest. ITC, we're your energy superhighway.
I made dinner.
We got McDonald's. Dad didn't cook.
Thanks, honey. Be right down.
Yum.
There's a deal for every family. Now get 2 McDouble or hot and spicy McChicken sandwiches for just $3. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
The only thing better than the free large fries you get when you download the app are the points you'll start earning on any order with My McDonald's Rewards. Download the McDonald's app today to get free large fries.
For 150 years, Dodge City has provided 150 years of adventure. 150 years of excitement. 150 years of culture. Make some history. Celebrate with us. 150 years of Dodge City. The West is just the beginning.
Tony Bolonovich here with another reason not to eat the Jimmy's Johns. These tryhards fresh bake their bread all day. Sandwich bread don't come fresh. It comes from a truck, from out of state. Baked once a week at exactly none of your business. So Jimmy's Johns, enough with the fresh baked nonsense. Stevie, in front of my bread-like product.
Tony.
You're dead to me!
Jimmy John's, the sandwich of sandwiches.
Protex Spraying Service is well known throughout southwest Kansas and the Oklahoma Panhandle for professional lawn care services. We offer customized lawn care programs tailored to either cool season or warm season grass, including fertilizer and weed and insect control. We treat all types of grass for nearly all types of conditions. We can diagnose and treat most disease early to protect your landscape. For residential and commercial lawn service in southwest Kansas and the Oklahoma Panhandle, visit Protex Spraying Service online at protexspraying.com.
A home is more than just a house. And an office is more. The complete customer experience. When disaster strikes, count on our nationwide network of restoration specialists. Visit us online or call 1-800-RESPOND.
Welcome back to the United Wireless Arena in Dodge City, Kansas. Fulton Castro alongside my broadcast colleague Jackson Schneider. And 16-10 is Salina Liberty are up on the Southwest Kansas Storm. And Jackson, that score looks semi-normal. We got to that point in just the strangest fashion possible.
Yeah, it's a lot like when I was taking algebra in college, and I would occasionally get the right answer, but how I got there was never the right way. And today, all the scoring, as you mentioned, it looks normal, but we had a safety, a blocked extra point return for 2 points. We've had 2 interceptions off deflections. If you are the Southwest Kansas Storm, you're the underdog, so to speak, in the standings. The team sitting firmly in 5th right now, playing the team in 2nd place in the CIF standings. You have to feel good to be down just 6 points at this juncture, but there's a lot still to be desired. They had a lot of opportunities inside of the 10-yard line. They had some bad snaps that led to field goals rather than touchdown opportunities. And, you know, that's what's going to eat at you in the locker room, but that's what you get stirred up if you're Coach Vincent. His defense and Marquise George's defensive concepts have been great. They've held a team that averages nearly 40 points a game to just 16 at the half, but your offense has to start pulling their own weight too.
They really do, and we're here with, you know, trying to go through halftime here. Salina Liberty up 16-10. They get the ball first to start half number 2. Especially on the offensive side of the football, they have missed a lot of chances this evening here in Dodge City.
They really have had plenty of missed opportunities, but I will tell you that I have been very pleased with the play from the quarterback of your Southwest Kansas Storm, as Tyreek Smith came in after just this being his 2nd start, but he has settled in. He has led his team to great performances in the first 2 quarters, and they're right within an arm's length as we head to the second half here shortly.
They truly are. The Salina Liberty up 16-10 on the Storm at halftime. We're going to take a timeout. You're watching Southwest Kansas Storm football against Salina Liberty on the CIF Network.
Relive the legend at the Boot Hill Museum.
Load up your posse and head for Boot Hill Museum this summer. Spirits of Dodge. Learn and relive the legend of Dodge City. Join us every night for gunfights, country-style dinner, and variety show.
The city's making history again.
Who would smuggle a beer across state lines? Someone with a taste for Coors Banquet. It's been stolen, smuggled, and sought after since 1873. Still only brewed in Golden, Colorado.
DC3 has it all. From in-person classes to virtual, we've got you covered. Faster certification.
ITC operates, builds, and maintains the electric transmission infrastructure. We are working hard to improve electric reliability and increase electric transmission capacity throughout our operations across the Midwest. ITC, we're your energy superhighway.
I made dinner.
We got McDonald's. Dad didn't cook.
Thanks, honey. Be right now. Yum. There's a deal for every family. Now get 2 McDouble or hot and spicy McChicken sandwiches for just $3. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
My McDonald's Rewards. Download the McDonald's app today to get free large fries.
For 150 years, Dodge City has provided 150 years of adventure. 150 years of excitement. 150 years of culture. Make some history. Celebrate with us. 150 years of Dodge City. The West is just the beginning.
Welcome back to United Wireless Arena. It is halftime. The Salina Liberty leads 16-10 over the Southwest Kansas Storm. Fulton Castro alongside Jackson Schneider. And Jackson, every team is in action tonight, but we were the only ones at halftime. All three other games you can see here on the CIF network. Two things we know. The Sioux City Bandits are going to be the #1 seed. The Topeka Tropics are not in the playoffs. Everything else is wide open for the playoffs coming into this final game of the regular season.
Yeah, the Rapid City Marshals come in today just 2-7 overall, but one game back of the Wyoming Mustangs, and a win for the Marshals on the road against top-seeded Sioux City would push them potentially into the playoffs. So they have a lot to play for against a team that's already clinched a first-round bye and the regular season title for the Bandits. But spots 2 through 4, the Liberty, the Billings Outlaws, and the Omaha Beef all tied at 6 and 3 in the standings, and all fighting for that second first-round bye spot. So the Liberty, if they can hold serve through the next 2 quarters, they would solidify their spot as a first-round bye recipient. And then, outside of that, you've got the Mustangs trying to hold their spot in the playoffs as well, trying to hold out Rapid City. So there is just a lot to be played for. This is what you love in a league coming down to the final game of the regular season, is everything is literally still in play.
Everything truly is, because if Southwest Kansas can come back here, let's say they get the win, they defeat the Salina Liberty, they move to 6 and 4. The Liberty fall to 6 and 4 in that situation as well, with the head-to-head win, at least at home, being in the hands of the Southwest Kansas Storm. Then Billings will see what they can do as they take on Wyoming. If Wyoming wins, they're trying to win to lock their spot in the playoffs. But if Billings loses as well, then we have a three-way tie right there at 6 and 4. Then, of course, the Omaha Beef, the Topeka Tropics, trying to get their first win as a franchise. They're taking on the Omaha Beef on the road in Omaha, Nebraska. We'll see what happens there. But like you said, there is a lot up to grab. Playoff game, because if they get the 4 seed, can hop up just above one other team in the standings. They would host here at the United Wireless Arena. We would be with you for that game here in Dodge City. If not, they have to go on the road there week 1, which just is such a tougher environment, because also, as we've noted multiple times tonight, Southwest Kansas Storm are pretty darn good at home on the year.
Yeah, 3-1 at United Wireless Arena, and away from the friendly confines, they are just 2-3 on the year. So trying to hold serve as you see the tennis balls being scooped up on the ground down there, but trying to hold serve at home to give themselves the best chance to play at home one more time as they head into the playoffs.
We're getting to wrap up halftime here. 16-10, the Salina Liberty all up on the Southwest Kansas Storm. We'll take another timeout. We got more halftime action coming up with second half of football here on the CIF Network coming up after this.
Football.
Football it is.
Pressure coming.
Feel kind of dirty watching another team. He'll get over it.
A horrible afternoon for the freshman.
Turn it up.
Tony Bolonovich here with another reason not to eat the Jimmy's Johns. These tryhards fresh bake their bread all day. Sandwich bread don't come fresh. It comes from a truck, from out of state. Baked once a week at exactly none of your business. So Jimmy's Johns, enough with the fresh baked nonsense.
Stevie, in front of my bread-like product.
Tony.
You're dead to me!
Jimmy John's, the sandwich of sandwiches.
or warm season grass, including fertilizer and weed and insect control. We treat all types of grass for nearly all types of conditions. We can diagnose and treat most disease early to protect your landscape. For residential and commercial lawn service in southwest Kansas and the Oklahoma Panhandle, visit Protect Spraying Service online at protectspraying.com.
A home is more than just a house. And an office is more than just a place to work. ServiceMaster is here to offer home and business services when you need them most. Coast to coast, we do it all for you. ServiceMaster, the complete customer experience. When disaster strikes, count on our nationwide network of restoration specialists. Visit us online or call 1-800-RESPOND.
Relive the legend at the Boot Hill Museum.
Load up your Buffalo Stampede. Have a conversation with the spirits of Dodge. Learn and relive the legend of Dodge City. Join us every night for gunfights, country-style dinner, and variety show.
The city's making history again.
Who would smuggle a beer across state lines? Someone with a taste for Coors Banquet. It's been stolen, smuggled, and sought after since 1873. Still only brewed in Golden, Colorado.
DC3 has it all, from in-person classes to virtual.
ITC operates, builds, and maintains the electric transmission infrastructure. We are working hard to improve electric reliability and increase electric transmission capacity throughout our operations across the Midwest. ITC, we're your energy superhighway.
Welcome back to United Wireless Arena. Fulton Caster alongside Jackson Schneider. 16-10 there. It is now 0-0 at halftime here. There's a little bit of a graphics malfunction. We have those times. See out of the Southwest Kansas Storm as they try and battle back in this one, only down by 6 points.
Well, we'll start out by taking care of the football. We talked about that at the outset of the broadcast. You got to hang on to the football, limit the turnovers. One on the board for the Storm right now, and it was the tipped pass that was intercepted. Other than that, hanging on to the football, sustaining drives, and the second portion to hanging on to the ball is finishing drives. We saw great sustained drives, especially early in the first quarter, that were really ended by one bad snap or one miscue that resulted in field goals and not touchdowns. And field goals rather than touchdowns, that adds up to the difference that you're seeing right here.
It truly does. Your big difference is still the fact that the Salina Liberty have 2 touchdowns on the board today. That's pretty much all you're at this point, with the Southwest Kansas Storm not able to get what they want. Number 2, as they try and solidify their standing here. They do get the ball first as well.
Well, for the Liberty, it starts off with the possession. They want to try and continue what they've done well over the last several minutes of game time, and it's finishing drives and doing exactly what the Storm have been unable to do. Because if they can take this 6-point lead and stretch it to 2 possessions with a touchdown, that's going to put a lot of pressure back onto the Storm side of things, and an offense that has struggled to score on their own right. Being down 2 scores in arena football is never great positions to be in.
It is not where you want to be as we trickle down the last few seconds here of our halftime break. It looks like Everyone's going to flip to the right side here as Burkhardt will be the kicker and kick off this one deep here. To kick off half number 2 there as they try to get some things set up and underway. Possession for the Liberty, you could be down those vaunted 2 possessions that, again, in arena football, you can come back so much quicker than other versions of this game, but you still don't like to be down 2 possessions here to start off when you're trying to fight through and get a win and break this 2-game losing streak.
Yeah, it's do or die time. Obviously, you're solidified in your postseason position, at least in terms that you get there if you're the Storm, but you want that home game. You have to find a way to get it done. Breaking this skid, it would be such a huge win, not only to end the losing streak, but to prove that you can compete with the top of the CIF heading into the playoffs.
Little scoop kick from Burkhardt. It's going to bounce once, going to bounce twice, go into the end zone. Corralled there by Salina. They're going to come up to the right side, trying to break down the right side of the line. He's upended and flipped around there as Dwayne Autry was there on the return. And that was a good return for them. It's going to be some good field position here to start the second.
I don't know about that. Dontre Matthews, as you saw there, he said he didn't do it.
He did the classic double hands up like I didn't do nothing.
But pretty good field position for the Liberty to start off of a very nice return. But now we'll see how they settle back in on offense. In the first half, it was the Tracy Brooks show, especially on the ground. It took a lot of the pressure out of Javen Kilgo's hands passing the ball. He did deliver some strikes early on, but they relied heavily on the running game to start.
Kilgo over the middle. That pass is completed and immediately whipped backwards there, trying to make the play. Demarius Washington, the big receiver, got it again, and he is once again upset with the tackling. He is talking to the referees, and I mean, I get his point. He was shoved back very far there, and it was kind of a hard finishing to the tackle, but the biggest thing there is quite simply put, he needs to understand what's going on here. And they're pumping the play clock in. Washington's gone. Craig Hessler gave him all the chances in the world, and Washington's chirping as he's going off the field there. And again, I get his anger. I get the frustration. You don't want to keep getting shut back. You don't want to keep driven into the ground. The referees did not blow their whistle. If the whistle is not blown, the Storm defenders are going to keep trying to make the play. I get his anger and his ire, but he let his emotion get the best of him in there, and now their best offensive weapon outside of Brooks is off the field. Quick little tackle there on Brooks on the inside. Now all that momentum, Old Lady Mo is quickly back on the side of Southwest Kansas.
Yeah, that's a big swing right there, and we talked about the death by paper cuts. It may not be a big play now, but it certainly can add up if you lose your best receiving threat, a guy who has caught now 9 touchdowns on the season, is on the sideline.
He is now, all because he could, and he was given a lot of chances. Ball on the 17-yard line, 2nd and 11. Quick little drop back, trying to shuffle, and we have a flag on the play. We'll see what the referees call us from Craig Hessler. We got a false start on the offense. That's going to be a 5-yard penalty. They'll back it up. It's still 2nd down. Now 2nd and 16, and they're back now on the 22-yard line.
Now, if you're the Liberty, you had one bad thing happen, and you had to have Washington come out of the game. Now a second bad thing happens. You lose 5 yards. The last thing that Coach O'Neill and the Liberty can afford when trying to hold off an upstart team like the Storm happen, you can't let those things snowball. You have to find a way to turn the tide and move the ball forward. But on the other side, the Storm want to take the best advantage that they can.
They'll throw over the middle there. Nice little soft pass and rolling through the center there.
I think we might have had a penalty. It looked like a bit of an awkward start.
That is going to be, as Hessler is now chatting there, I wonder what they're trying to isolate and figure out.
It looked exactly like the first play, like the offensive line might have gotten a bit of a head start, and I guess the exchange between the snap and the receivers in motion was also a little off the mark, but it may have been induced by the defense.
Illegal defense called there on Southwest Kansas. Will repeat the down. That was the issue, as they were trying to sort all that out. So we're going to repeat the down. It is 2nd and 11, ball on the 17. After all that was sorted out, we are here. We understand what's happening. Empty backfield. We're going to end up having 3 receivers to the right, 1 to the bottom. In motion. Quick little fake to the right, trying to throw it deep. He does. Wide open, crossing inside. Touchdown, Salina Liberty. Anthony Love gets in the end zone. They once again fake. Salina Liberty, 22-10 they lead, 23-10 pending the results of the PAT, and that is exactly what you could not have happened if you were the Southwest Kansas Storm here in the start of the second half.
You see there in that shot just a moment ago, Demarius Washington pumped up that the rest of the Liberty's offense kind of picked up his slack. When he had to exit the game, you saw another heavily relied on pass catcher make a great move, grab the ball, get into the end zone, and now the extra point.
We have some laundry on the field with the extra point. See if it's an offside, it's a false start. Rick Hessler's chatting with his refereeing crew. Offensive holding. 10-yard penalty. The try will now be from the 12. They'll redo the try. To try and go ahead there.
Was not the best. If you're the Storm, maybe you're eyeing a second block kick.
You might be. It's 22-10. We're 11 minutes and counting here. See what the snap and the hold are going to be with 11 minutes to go. See if a block will come through. Snap, good. Hold, good. Kick is up. That looks wide right. And it is no good. It looked right there. The angle was tight, but it is no good. And so as you noted, the first kick was bad enough. Second kick doesn't make it. 22-10. The Salina Liberty lead the Southwest Kansas Storm as you're watching CIF football on the CIF Network.
I made dinner.
We got McDonald's. Dad didn't cook.
Thanks, honey. Be right down. Yes. Yum. There's a deal for every family. Now get 2
fries you get when you download the app are the points you'll start earning on any order with My McDonald's Rewards. Download the McDonald's app today to get free large fries.
Welcome to United Wireless Arena here, 22-10. The Salina Liberty lead the Southwest Kansas Storm as they score a touchdown in their opening possession, but they missed the PAT after a whole penalty that Jackson, you noted. Most importantly, the first kick wasn't good enough. They go back 10 yards and trying to course correct there with Jimmy Allen, and it went wide right.
It sure did, and not making things easier on a kicker who's already had a pretty tough day at the office after the Storm blocked an extra point and returned it for 2 points earlier. But all things considered, everything that's added up so well for the Storm, and they're still down by 12. They've got to find a way to get into the end zone for the first time today. Those 10 points manufactured in unorthodox fashions, but it's Stewart.
Flag on the field, I think we're going to get a hold. This will come back. We have 2 pairs of laundry, one behind and one forward. We'll see what the calls are, but one of these has almost 100% got to be holding based on where it was thrown and based on what you and I could see, partner.
And if they're both on the Storm, the Liberty will have the choice of which one would benefit them more. So we'll see what the white hat Craig Helser has to say after talking with his cohorts.
They're going to keep chatting, going to work through here, trying to get a decision from the coaching staff, and now 3 referees will all come and hold. 22-10, Liberty lead the Storm, and as you noted, Jackson, they have 10 points for the Storm, no touchdowns.
2 field
fouls on both teams on the play. We have a face mask on the defense. So we have a hold on Southwest Kansas. We have a kinds of football. I don't care if you're playing 8-man football. I don't care if you're playing the NFL, the CFL, here in the CIF. When you had to make a coverage team go down for a second time in a row, you are opening up a big old can of worms for a big return.
I would not be surprised if the Liberty opted to roll with one of those bouncing squib kicks just to make things a little bit more difficult on the Storm rather than their own coverage team. Coach O'Neill is a very smart football coach. He knows what he's doing. He has showed it with the on-field results of the Liberty each of the last few seasons. But I would not be surprised if he elected to go that route on this re-kick.
So Jimmy Allen will tee it up for a re-kick. Surrey Davis and Travion Samuel are back. Right foot into it, and you're right, it's a low scooping liner, but right there on one hop to Samuel. He'll run. Southwest will take over.
All things considered on that exchange, it's kind of a win-win because the Storm now end up with better field position than they did on the last return, and the Liberty didn't give up a big return. So you think both sides probably happy with the result on the re-kick there, but now the Storm will bring out Tyreek back to try and get the offense rolling. He's shown some nice stretches today, especially by using his legs, but he needs some help by the rest of the offense. They've got to find a way to get into the end zone.
This is their first drive of the third quarter. 22-10, they now trail. They're going to try and get the ball in the end zone for the first time today. He's got his running back in George Morera off his right hip. Two receivers will come through the bottom of the screen. Little high, little slap, little pitch outside, little cut back inside. Is going to get a couple of yards there. I like the idea of the quick pitch, but read pretty quickly there.
But he's so agile and so athletic. He's got great hands, as you saw. He hauled it in on the run, didn't really lose a step, but there was still just nowhere to go.
Now it's 2nd and 9, ball on the 23-yard line. 9.5 minutes to go here, trailing by 12. And Coach Vinson wants his offense to be balanced. He wants the run and pass to complement each other. But he's airing the point of the game where he might need to start airing it out just a little bit more. Soft little drop back, only a two-man rush. He's going to scramble right side while Tyreek Smith. He's up to the 20, goes near the out-of-bounds mark.
Tyreek wanted a bit of a late hit there. He went to kind of give himself up into the padding, and he still took a pretty good pop. And you see him lobbying with the near side official there, but he's ready to roll. Got a nice play, as we mentioned just a bit ago. He's done a great job with his legs today. And he's had to, because as you mentioned,
referees are taking a brief moment here. I don't know if they're looking at a potential late hit or if they're chatting about something or if the clock is messed up. Having a little bit of a power issues at the scoring table. And so they had to do a little manual score checking and a manual update of a few things. It is a first down for the Southwest Kansas Storm after that.
Fans starting to make a little bit of noise here. They know this is a critical stage in the game, trying to get their hometown team amped up, get them in the end zone. Great turnout, by the way, here at United Wireless Arena tonight.
It truly is, and actually, correction, it's 3rd and 1. It's 3rd and short. They snap the ball. They're just going to go run with Morera up the middle. He bounces into his own lineman and defender, spins around. This is going to be tight, but I believe he just got enough.
More than one guy and more than one hit to bring him down more often than not. And it's very evident after a run like that. He takes one good pop, but he rolls right off of it, keeps those legs churning, and he gets 2 yards when they needed 1 to move the chains.
1st and 10, ball on the 17-yard line of the Salina Liberty. We'll see if they keep that run going there, trying to get Morera working. If not, Tyreek Smith's also been good with the legs today.
I'd like to see another one of those play-action passes that we saw early in the game.
Another blitz, good pump fake coming up the middle. Hooking back is Tyreek Smith, hit from behind. He stretches out a bit. Once again, another blitz for Katron Folsom. They have sent him a lot today as Salina. A good little pump fake gets Folsom up there, juke around, and Tyreek Smith goes, you know what, just run it forward, get a few yards, live to fight another day.
It didn't look the prettiest, but the athleticism of Tyreek Smith. That running game to open up the pass. Right now they've been limited to using the run because they've had nothing in the passing game. Credit to the Liberty for that, but you've got to find a way to get them kind of off of their rhythm defensively.
And a good idea there for a quick little swing pass to George Barrera, but it was a little bit behind off of him there, and now it's going to be 3rd and 7, and that's another one of those miscues. That's an easy little throw there for Tyreek Smith to George Barrera. He threw it a little bit behind. Barrera couldn't corral it. And we always talk about, yeah, if the receiver gets the ball, his hands on the ball, that he should catch it. But in that case, it was behind and kind of moving forward and just a difficult play all around there, but a little better placed ball would have been easier. But no matter what, it's now 3rd and 7 here. And if you are Coach Benson, do you go for it on 4th down here if you don't make it?
I think absolutely. You're in 4-down territory, down 2 possessions in the second half. At home, you got to find ways to get more than
happened, and now it's 4th and 7.
Now, as I say that, though, you lose yardage on 3rd down, and Tyreek wants to go for it. You can see it in his eyes.
He's also upset with himself there. He feels like if you would have made a little bit of a different call, could have been done. Maybe also thinking back to that 2nd down play, where if he makes a better pass, it's the shorter thing on the 3rd down no matter what. They are going to attempt a field goal here with Dylan Burkhardt.
And he's
made his short ones. His only miss today was his long, deep one from way back in his own end zone.
He's been consistent as all get out. This one's still no chip shot, but points are points, I suppose. It certainly isn't going to feel good.
And that's about as pure can be. 22-13, the Salina Liberty lead the Southwest Kansas Storm. It's a 9-point game as we're halfway through the 3rd quarter. You're watching CIF football on the CIF Network.
Load up your posse and head for Boot Heel Museum this summer. Celebrate the history of Dodge City by exploring the brand new world-class interactive museum exhibits. Feel the rumble of a buffalo stampede. Have a conversation with the spirits of Dodge. Learn and relive the legend of Dodge City. Join us every night for gunfights, country-style dinner, and variety show.
The city's making history again.
Who would smuggle a beer across state lines? Someone with a taste for Coors. Golden, Colorado.
DC3 has it all. From in-person classes to virtual, we've got you covered. Faster certification, fatter paychecks. Trade up to a better life.
Welcome back to United Wireless Arena Fulton Caster alongside my broadcast colleague Jackson Schneider. 22-13. The Salina Liberty are up on the Southwest Kansas Storm here with 6:18 to go in the 3rd quarter. And Jackson, another chance to get a touchdown, another bit of self-inflicted wounds, and you have to set up for a field goal yet.
Except for getting in the end zone.
Little high scoop kick, trying to pull it back there. He's going to try and run it out deep. Going right side, there's down the sideline. He bounce off the wall, and he goes down into the end zone.
But we do have some penalty flags. So
we got like this is going back here
to come back, but it was a very nice
to Wade
return
Autry,
from
absolutely.
Autry.
Sprinted down the right side. We'll see what the referees say on sort of flags and out of bounds and all these other issues. Looks like they've identified the spot of the foul. We got a hold on the return team. It'll be 10 yards from the spot of the foul. It'll be first down for the Salina Liberty. A very classic and standard thing we see here on kickoffs is that's just a hold on the returning team. So a big return is wiped out. It'll be first down and 10, ball on the 14-yard line for the Salina Liberty as they try and extend their lead. They're up 22-13, a two-possession. Really good tonight. It showed some good nifty footwork. Has more than a couple of nice plays in the pocket, a couple of touchdown passes as well, as they've just been fully on the money today.
And it's really justified the change made permanent, I guess, after last week, because Curry Parham had played very well for the Liberty as their starting quarterback for several games of this season. But the switch now to Javin Kilgo as the machine just keeps right on moving.
It does. Nice little pass there onto the left side to Corey Williams. He gets up to the 25-yard line midfield on this 50-yard field for indoor football. Kilgo makes another good play out to Corey Williams. Corey Williams is one of the many players in arena football who plays on both sides of the field. We'll do a little wide receiver duties, occasional defensive back duties as well. They are going to pump the play clock. First and 10, 22-13. The Liberty lead the Storm. It looks like we might have it. Gets another catch, but it looks like just falling just a hitch forward there.
Trying to anticipate the snap count. It's going to cut that distance needed to move the chains in half with just under 5 minutes to go here in the third quarter, and the Liberty still hanging on to that 9-point lead.
They do. 4:50 to go. It's now going to be first and 5. They didn't get 5 yards on the pass play, so just take the penalty. You get your 5 yards that you wanted, and you get to keep your down as well. So now we'll see what Kilgo will do with his offense here on first and 5 for Salina. Getting his receivers in motion, all three on the right side. It's going to be a little crossing pass over the middle. Going down there, making the play is Demarius Washington. He's back in the game. It was not a permanent ejection, but was just sent to the bench for a little bit.
Now,
I don't sit down that last series.
I don't know that I have ever seen a football
Dan's going to get back in here to help, but you can only imagine his leash with white hat Craig Hessler is short.
Absolutely.
He'll need to be a little bit careful with any of his
but we are back
words
to
and actions.
Another back against the wall situation for this Storm defense.
They will bounce the run back outside of the right side is Tracy Brooks. He's brought down there. The tackle made by Antoine Hadley. 6'4", 220-pound defensive back for Nebraska Kearney. 340 and counting. Blitz was sent there as Tristan Vance came up the middle. And that is on the nice little play there by Demarius Washington, just a second play back. What a good, intelligent play. And if you don't get home on those blitzes, you're leaving them wide open on the backside. Pass play, fake pitch left side. Kill goes there, pump fakes, he pulls it back, flips up, and that one is touchdown just over the outstretched paw of the Southwest.
It's great coverage by the Storm defense, and it is just over the hands.
Bit over Ashton McKenzie's hands back there. He leapt as much as he could. At 5'10", 245, he needed to be 5'11" to get a paw on that one. Just what a ball by Kilgo, and now it looks to be another extra point here for the Liberty, and they are inching closer to that 30-point threshold we talked about to start the game, Jackson. Kick is up, it's fading right, but it is good. 29-13, the Salina Liberty lead the Southwest Kansas Storm. It's a 16-point game. The Storm are still in it by 2 possessions, but time will soon be drawing near. You're watching CIF football on the CIF network.
We are working hard to improve electric reliability and increase electric transmission capacity throughout our operations across the Midwest. ITC, we're your energy superhighway.
I made dinner.
We got McDonald's. Dad didn't cook.
Thanks, honey. Be right down. Yum. There's a deal for every family. Now get 2 McDouble or hot and spicy McChicken sandwiches for just $3. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
The only thing better than the free large fries you get when you download the app are the points you'll start earning on any order with My McDonald's Rewards. Download the McDonald's app today to get free large fries.
For 150 years, Dodge City has provided years of culture. Make some history. Celebrate with us. 150 years of Dodge City. The West is just the beginning.
All right, man, what do you want to watch? Football or football?
Let's go with football.
Football it is.
Pressure coming.
Feel kind of dirty watching another team.
He'll get over it.
A horrible afternoon for the freshman.
Turn it up.
Welcome back to United Wireless Arena in lovely Dodge City, Kansas. Fulton Castro alongside Jackson Schneider.
It's kind of been funny to watch because on the back half of the field, they are moving the ball well, and Tyreek has done a great job of his decision making. He's not forcing things. He's using his legs to move the chains, but once they get to about the 15-yard line of the Liberty, things seem to always stall, and that is not going to get it done.
And that is a kick out of bounds. This one's going deep over the high of the backside of the end zone there. Just a little bit too much mustard on that one, so the ball will come out to the 25-yard line. And that's where they'll take over, and it's good field position yet again for the Southwest Kansas Storm and head coach Brandon Vance, and we'll see what they can do here. If Brandon Vincent and his crew can get this offense rolling, because you have 2:28 to go in the third quarter. You're down 2 possessions by 6.
You absolutely have to. Now, it's kind of a benefit, you would think, to get the ball to 25 off of the kickoff there, but as we mentioned just a little bit ago, this is kind of the start of where their offense kind of slows down. It's a little bit arrhythmic. It's not quite on the same page as it should be, but no better place to start than now for the rhythm of the offense.
Little read option. They try to go left side and try to get back just to the 25 there. Did Tyreek Smith. We'll see if he got there. As he tried to pull it, and I don't know if he should have gave it up there. Marrera might have had more room there, as there were 3 Salina Liberty defenders. But trying to get the running game going a little bit, it doesn't work, and it'll be officially a loss of 1, 2nd and 11.
This Liberty defense has certainly forced the issue in trying to solidify that first round bye for this team.
Is completed. Torrance Carr, that was probably the best ball of the day, as Carr is slow to get up. He got hit with a low shot. We'll see it here. Ball skipped low.
This is an outstanding grab. You get knocked off your platform, hit in the face, and then, of course, when you hit the ground, you feel the brunt of that blow as well. But through it all, he hangs on to the football, and that is a huge play for this offense. And you can see his bell rung just a little bit, but he's going to try and walk it off, and hopefully he'll be able to return here soon. He is a huge part of the receiving corps for this Storm squad, but back on the field, this team has 1st and goal thanks to Carr's grab, and you got to find a way to punch it in.
Yeah, to find a way to get it in, losing your receiver, both a big part of this offense, both literally and figuratively, is Torrance Carr Young. Out. And just like I said, Cottle, who's in, is already going to move back to the right side.
I want to watch
go in motion.
Ed Smith down there as he starts the motion. Watch him.
Travion Samuel has he trying to bounce outside, trying to then go up inside. They get maybe a yard on another little run play there.
I didn't see much from Ed Smith on that play, which is obvious with a run play, but when you have one receiver come in and one go out, he becomes, in this situation, sort of the feature receiver coming in on the slot. I would look for him to maybe get the call on a nice crossing route or try to generate a touch to get him to the outside.
2nd and 9, 29-13. The Liberty is up there against the Storm. We'll see what can happen here. 2nd and 9. And now we're going to go to the 4th quarter. You're down 16. You have a chance, but that clock is approaching midnight for the Southwest Kansas.
Tony Bolonovich here with another reason not to eat the Jimmy's Johns. These tryhards fresh bake their bread all day. Sandwich bread don't come fresh. It comes from a truck, from out of state. Baked once a week at exactly none of your business. So Jimmy's Johns, enough with the fresh baked nonsense.
Stevie, in front of my bread-like product.
Tony.
You're dead to me!
Jimmy John's, the sandwich of sandwiches.
Protect Spraying Service is well known throughout southwest Kansas and the Oklahoma Panhandle for professional lawn care services. We offer customized lawn care programs tailored to either cool season or warm season grass, including fertilizer and weed and insect control. We treat all types of grass for nearly all types of conditions. We can diagnose and treat most disease early to protect your landscape. For residential and commercial lawn service,
Wireless Arena, Fulton Castro alongside Jackson Schneider. Southwest Kansas Storm trailed the Salina Liberty 29-13. Storm have the football. It is 2nd and 9 on the 9, so 2nd and goal. And Jackson, they need to get the ball in the end zone. There's no fancier way to put it. They need to get the ball in the end zone here.
And I have to correct a mistake that I made before the last break. I had meant to talk about Harvey Cadell, but I read the wrong roster at a glance, and I had mentioned Ed Smith, who plays for the Salina Liberty, but Harvey Cadell, as you mentioned just a bit ago, came in place of the injured receiver for the Storm, and I think he is the guy to watch here. A bigger target, a guy who's going to need to be fed the football if this team's going to get it in the end zone, because this is about the area where the Storm have stalled on some previous drives, and they don't have that luxury anymore as we head to the 4th.
Pressure now, you're going to be 3rd and about 5, 3rd and about 4 on goal. Great job, though, there. You had nothing behind it. Almost was stopped behind the line for a loss using the shifty footwork. And now you have 2 plays to get 5 yards. And we'll see what the Southwest Kansas Storm can do.
Similar position to their last trip down here, where we were talking about it being four down territory.
And they
but
didn't
a
get
third down loss of yards created a almost must-kick situation. But now being in the 4th quarter, you have to find a way. And I do want to mention, I believe that Torrance Carr is back into the ball game, so keep an eye on him at the top of your screen.
We'll hand out to George Barrera. He'll work right side. He is whipped down hard and high. It's going to be 4th and about 4, it looks like, on 4th and goal. You have to imagine, I'm not usually a big fan of running
the play action, because you can see clearly how well the defense of the Salina Liberty flows to the football in a play like that. It just takes a while to develop, and now you're faced with a 4th and 4, and you have to get it into the end zone.
See what they can do. They take the snap. They hand it up again to Morera. He's nearly stopped by the line, and he is stopped. Turnover on downs, and the Salina Liberty will take over on the 4-yard line. All I will say, though, Jackson, on this situation, is the last time the Liberty took over on downs on this situation, the Storm did get a safety thanks to a hold. We'll see what happens here, but 2 run plays on 3rd and 4th and short. I'm not one to usually question the play calling of a head coach, and Brandon Benson knows more about his team than I do, but with the ability of Tyreek Smith to create with his legs, to just do 2
hasn't had the running lanes today because of this Liberty defense, and that's why I mentioned the play actions, things that kind of get the defense rolling in one direction and then you take it the other. But now the Liberty have the Storm on the mat here if they can go down the field and score again.
Corey Williams with the ball again. He's been a featured receiver heavily. About a 9-yard gain there on 1st down. They get themselves some cushion, and now if the Liberty can score here, they will really put Southwest Kansas backs right up against the wall as that one's tackled there into the little left border wall there. And so it's going to be 2nd and 1, ball on the 14-yard line. As Salina is there to try and put the nail in the coffin. It'll be a little early for that, but it is at least one of those nails that would be trying to put this game on ice.
Just enough to move the chains, and a very strong run again from Brooks, a guy who has gotten the call. And his run right there keeps that rolling.
Salina Liberty can hit 2 birds with 1 stone if they can get a touchdown here on a long drive that chews up a lot of time. Tristan Vance was in there on the tackle of that last play. It's going to be another fake little pitch, going to roll to the right side. Kilgo wants to go deep. He loses the ball. It just falls out of his hand. It's still on the ground. It is still loose, and it is recovered by Salina. That ball just squirted completely out there. Good job recovering the football was Rufus Quinn. And it looks like Kilgo, you watch him, he loads up and just loses it. That ball just slipped out.
This is a play that I know Coach Brandon Vinson is going to look back at. That was a gift just laying on the green turf. By the Liberty, and it would have created a great opportunity to cut into this 16-point deficit, but now it looks like we're going to have a timeout of some sort.
They're at the review monitor looking at something here. The ball went back, it drops backwards there. It's going to kick and roll backwards, and the referees are already moving away. They were checking to see if, making sure that it was a fumble and not a potential somehow forward pass or any errant throw or anything like that.
Pretty quick review. Cut and dry there. But
pretty standard in realizing they just want, and I don't blame them for how quick it was. Just make sure somehow that wasn't the hand going forward, because even if it drops down and back, if that hand's going forward, it can be considered a forward pass. Again, gets his own miss and picks it back up. That is back-to-back plays that Kilgo's had the Butterfingers. I wonder if he had a Snickers in the sideline.
Popcorn maybe while his defense was out there on the last drive, but that is back-to-back
plays where he just drops it. It's out of the hand. I've never seen that.
You don't see that every day, but you see Coach O'Neill kind of coaching up his quarterback to try and get his head right, because this is a big third down. You don't need all of the yardage back if you're the Liberty, but you do want to get a chunk of it and give your kicker a very good opportunity to try and kick a field goal and stretch this lead out just a little bit. Jimmy Allen has had a couple of kicks that have not gone his way, so you need to give him as much help as you can.
Timeout, Salina Liberty will keep it right here, 29-13. The Liberty lead the Storm, and just to kind of trying to pull it back and launch it forward. He just kind of loses that on the backswing. Scrambling through the middle, he just kind of lost it forward there. I mean, you just kind of watch, he kind of moves. I
will
even
say,
think his knee hit it.
I think on that play, it was more that he was squeezing so tightly on the football,
That
not trying to fumble,
a bit
that he almost squeezed it out of his hands and fumbled anyway.
3rd and 17. Now we're going to get another flag.
I think that's a false start.
It might be. We'll wait and see what the official call here is from Craig Helsler. We got a false start. We're going to go back and back and back yet again. 3rd and 22 now. 11:03 to go, and just this was a drive that for the first play was 2nd and 1. We were talking about the Salina Liberty getting to move it and going forward, and they've done nothing but go backwards since that play to Corey Williams. Quite literally, they have done nothing but go back.
Allen, but you don't want to make things easier on this already talented Liberty offense.
Hard throw up the middle, and that is caught by Demetrius Washington, and he's got the first down. On 3rd and 22, they get 24. That is back-breaking if you are the Storm and defensive coordinator Marquise George.
Just a great job from Demarius Washington of settling up on that deep zone defense there. You saw him just kind of stop as the defense is backpedaling and playing with him. He put on the brakes, settled right up. The pass was right on the money from Kilgo, and it moves the chains for the Liberty.
1st and 10 now, ball on the 21-yard line. Looks like we might get some defense with contact. It looks like the hand came out at the top of the formation there. And yep, that penalty, and the ball will move ever so forward. 1st and 5 now, ball on the 16. And this drive has seen a lot of shift in momentum. The first play, it looks like they're going to get going for Salina. Then they go backwards about 5 times. It's 3rd and 21. And they convert it, and now it's
a lot of
1st and
mental
5.
warfare, Fulton, because obviously football is a very mental game. But with under 10 minutes to go in a 16-point game, how backbreaking was that first down for the Storm defense? How do they respond?
We'll see it's a little handoff there, right side there for Tracy Brooks. He's still cutting up ahead. He's still turning those legs, getting down there inside the 5. Tracy Brooks, the 5'8", 205-pound running back for the Salina Liberty, was just chugging and chugging and chugging. He brought that one tight inside the 5, and now knocking on the door. 1st and goal from the 3-yard line of the Liberty.
And he has the first down, and he knows that his team is just 3 yards away from really putting this game on ice.
Quick snap, they go right back to Brooks. That's a play action, float to the end zone to Washington, his 2nd touchdown catch of the day. Touchdown, Salina Liberty, and they are now really moving this one forward here as Washington is taunting the crowd just a little bit here. And again, needs to be careful because Craig Helsler at some point might tell him that to fully take a seat, but a little play action. Washington crossing over the middle, throw flares out there to the left corner. Easy touchdown, 35-13, 36-13, pending the results of the PAT. And Washington is fired up in this one here with his 2nd touchdown reception. Now the Liberty are pouring it on here in the 4th quarter.
And Fulton, we talked about that.
They're going to try and make it 7-1. Brooks the hold. Kick is up from Jimmy Allen. It's flaring right.
And it is good.
It is
just
good.
Barely.
It's snuck inside there just a little bit. 36-13. The Salina Liberty lead the Southwest Kansas Storm. We got 7:50 left in the final period of action. We'll take a timeout. We're seeing the Southwest Kansas Storm versus Salina Liberty on the CIF Network.
A home is more than just a house. And an office is more than just a place to work. ServiceMaster is here to offer home and business services when you need them most. Coast to coast, we do it all for you. ServiceMaster, the complete customer experience. When disaster strikes, count on our nationwide network.
Load up your posse and head for Boot Heel Museum this summer. Celebrate the history of Dodge City by exploring the brand new world-class interactive museum exhibits. Feel the rumble of a buffalo stampede. Have a conversation with the spirits of Dodge. Learn and relive the legend of Dodge City. Join us every night for gunfights, country-style dinner, and variety show.
The city's making history again.
Who would smuggle a beer across state lines? Someone with a taste for Coors Banquet. It's been stolen, smuggled, and sought after since 1873. Still
Score to 36-13. The Liberty lead the Storm, and some fans enjoying a large trophy. Have you ever won a trophy that big at anything, Jackson?
I have never won anything, Fulton, and that is okay with me. But these two teams both in the playoffs in the CIF. It's
they
just
are. They hope to win their own trophy when
finding where they're going to be next week, as the Liberty are now 750 away from a first-round bye and putting themselves just that much closer to a trophy that size.
It's true. If these results hold over the next 7 minutes and 50 seconds of game action, the Salina Liberty will guarantee themselves the number 2 seed in the CIF playoffs. They will get a first-round bye. The Southwest Kansas Storm will again get the number 5 seed. They will go on the road to play the number 4 seed, depending on whoever that shakes out to be, with the options of that one being either the Billings Outlaws or the Omaha Beat. That one scribbed, caught up high by an up man, trying to work their right side, break it through both. On the fly, on the short little squib, moved up, cut inside, a little spin move, lowering the shoulder, and that will be good field position again. This is where arena football does help you, though. You can score so fast in this game that even though you're down by 23 with 7:20 to go.
Scoring has been an issue for the Storm today, but they've certainly helped themselves with some field position their last couple of drives, but they fizzled out inside of the 5-yard line their last drive, but there is no room for error over the next 7 minutes and 5 seconds.
We'll see what the first playing call is here as Tyreek Smith will be set up in the shotgun. Under 7 minutes to play. The receivers will go in motion, short little drop back, 3-man rush, rolling out left side, flaring that one deep up in the air. Nice little grab there by Zuri Davis.
A guy that we have not talked grab, not a big window, and it was, I believe, even tipped a little bit, and he still hangs on to it, and it's now 1st and goal, and let's see if the Storm can work quickly and get another 6 points or more on the board.
Depending on what happens here, the former Kansas Jayhawk Kendrick Harper maybe have made just a touchdown-saving tackle, but he may have just delayed the inevitable. 4 wide, 2x2, low snap, drop back, 3-man rush. Tyreek Smith working right side will float it and flare it outside, out of play, as some fans scramble for that football. And securing it is that gentleman.
Nimble to hop over and grab that
Very
ball.
nimble to grab that one there. And he's got himself there that nice bright white CIF football. So a 2nd and goal. I like the idea of trying, even though you're on the 5. We talked about it with that last series where they ended up turning it over on downs. Even though you're on the 5 and you want to think to run it here, the run game has been working with straight design. Next 13, the Liberty lead. And you're going to need a score here if you are Southwest Kansas. And then you're going to need to start trying to get the ball back. Receivers go in motion, swooping to the right side, 3-by-1. Smith drops back. He fakes it. It's a one-man rush with contained set. We got a flag on the field. The pass is completed there to Harvey Cadell.
And Harvey got knocked to the ground by the Liberty defense. So it looks like we may have some illegal contact there, but Harvey got up and still managed to make the catch.
We'll end up seeing what the flag is as Craig Hessler is chatting with his officiating crew, trying to identify what they want to call here. If there is no foul, they end up picking up the flag. Be about a 2 or 3 yard completion.
We're going. It was a pretty hard hit.
It was.
We'll get a good look
try and
here.
get a good look on the replay monitor to see if maybe they did hit him up high. Tyreek Smith moved outside. Ball got there, and there's no head-to-head contact, but that is head as a weapon almost in my opinion.
I don't know that I would call that targeting because he does deliver the hit with his head, but it's the face mask and not the crown of the helmet so much. So it's worth looking at because certainly in real time, that's hard to decipher. But I had thought that the penalty flag was for illegal contact, which was what knocked Harvey Cadell to the turf. Because you'll look over here and see as the ball gets thrown, Cadell is really just standing up. The flag gets thrown as Cadell's there on the ground.
Perhaps. It's the contact on the block. There's a blow-up block down low, and they tried to make the play.
And I will say these officials are seeing a replay that we are also seeing off camera, so they have several angles available to them to get a really good look at this. But all 3 of the officials over there crowding that monitor, they're going to make a big call here because with just 5:10 left to go, this is a big, big situation, especially for the Storm who are trying to cut into the deficit.
It is, and trying to rewatch this play, now knowing where to look, and Craig Hessler's made his decision, now seeing where it was on the block, this could truly be targeting. And targeting is confirmed.
So he will be able to remain in the game, and that is
just was knocked down, but he's going to be out for at least a couple plays.
And he's very upset. You can see he did not like that.
He went high for the block, came in, but rewatching that replay, and it was on the block, not on the catch, on the block. He completely blew up, and now it's 1st and goal from the 2-yard line. Now, if you want to run George Barrera 1 or 2 times, I'm here for it.
Absolutely.
That bowling ball trying to make it through.
You've got to dial up the touchdown play because with that clock dipping below 5 minutes, you can't have this go 3-4 downs to get into the end zone. You got to find a way to get it done now. And
trying to go under center.
Will not get it done.
They went under center for the 2nd time tonight. It didn't work yet again. They basically turned it over twice going under center. This one is now going to be Salina's ball. We'll watch on the exchange here. But that is just not what you want to see. There's you trying to go underneath and just could not make the play. 36-30. With Jeremy West sending the ball back but not releasing it quick enough when he goes into those back blocking stance. And that is just a backbreaker. That all but seals this game, bordering some tremendous defensive plays from Marquise George's defense. You're down 23 with 4:35 to go.
This game it's a lot of separation, but a touchdown on that drive for the Storm would have done a lot with still nearly 5 minutes to go. But now the Liberty are trying to officially land the knockout punch with a long pass attempt there.
They tried to go to Demarius Washington there down deep the right side. Couldn't make the play there as he was guarded one-on-one down deep there by Southwest Kansas Storm, and they're one of their top defenders, Antoine Hadley. Couldn't make the play. Run it out. You might trade here with Tracy Brooks, but at least on that play, he was going to go deep. He's going to pass it again. In the pocket, it collapses. Throw deep over the middle, and that one nearly bullseyes the first down marker. And there's a bullseye on it. So I guess he was a
pretty good target.
It's a good target setting up right there for it. And now it's 3rd and 10. After 2 incomplete passes, ball still on the 5-yard line. Ron O'Neill will bring the play in, and we'll see what they can do.
And again, in the CIF, the clock will continue running until we're under a minute to go. And after a minute left, you have to move the ball forward to keep the clock rolling.
3rd and 10, 3 minutes and counting here. 36-13 Liberty here. We'll see what they dial up. Little drop back, throw right side. Nice little grab there. And secured by Corey Williams. They're going to say no. He banged into the wall before he made.
With a 23-point lead and now under 3 minutes to go, if you go for it and you don't get it, and it's just a turnover on downs, it's almost like you're okay conceding that field position, especially with how the Storm have struggled in this territory. It's almost like they're daring the Storm to stop them and score if they go for it, and it's not anything more than just an interception. But on the other side of that, if you're the Storm, you got to be smarter than to pick it off.
And they nearly get another sack and safety. That one's flipped away and incomplete, so a turnover on down. Sidney Jones getting a bunch of pressure yet again. They're saying there was a receiver in the area, so no intentional grounding. Clock stops at 2:15 on the change-up possession. 36-13, the Salina Liberty lead the Southwest Kansas Storm. 23-point game with that 2:15 to go. There's still a little bit of daylight. The deadbolt has not been clicked.
Yeah. It's going to come down to a quick score here, whether or not the Storm can maybe jam a crowbar between the frame and the door and try and jam it back open, give themselves just some form of a chance. But that clock now rolling with 2 minutes and counting to go. It is getting closer and closer to the bell tolling midnight here tonight.
Southwest Kansas still looking for their first touchdown of the day. There's the snap. It's 2-by-2. A little float to the backside, and it is intercepted by Salina. Good job there going up and getting that ball. Was Katron Folsom as he went high, brought it back down. And I get the idea. They had a receiver open in the back of the end zone, but could not float it high enough. And that turnover will all but seal it with 1:42 to go.
The deadbolt on the door, and the Liberty are more than likely, barring a miracle, they are going to get the heck out of Dodge with a win.
Liberty will be able to escape good old Dodge City with a W here if they can survive the next minute and a half. You can only assume now. I assume 4 Tracy Brooks carries in a row are going to be coming here as that clock is fully running here at 36-13. We'll see if at any point Brandon Vincent tries to call any of his timeouts, but there's the low snap. There's the handoff to Brooks. He goes up the middle, gets about right back to the line of scrimmage here as the clock continues to tick, as we're almost to the 1 minute warning here with 5 seconds and counting to play. Low snap, good little run there, and it was just a tough day for this Southwest Kansas Storm offense. And with that, we are at the 1 minute warning. We'll take our final timeout of regulation. The Salina Liberty are leading 36-13.
DC3 has it all. From in-person classes to virtual, we've got you covered. Faster certification, fatter paychecks. Trade up to a better life.
ITC operates, builds, and maintains the electric transmission infrastructure. We are working hard to improve electric reliability and increase electric transmission capacity throughout our operation.
Welcome back to United Wireless Arena. We have 60 seconds of regulation left to play. 36-13, the Liberty lead the Storm. So the Salina Liberty, with this victory, barring 23 points being scored in 60 seconds worth of time, will clinch the number 2 seed. They will get a bye. They will attempt to head back to the Champions Bowl for the 3rd straight season. They have lost the last 2, including a 1-point loss to the Omaha Beef last year. They're going to try and get back in there as well. For the Southwest Kansas Storm, they are going to fall to the 5th seed. They will go on the road to face either Billings or Omaha, pending the results of their games this evening. Omaha is, of course, taking on the Topeka Tropics, while Billings is taking on the Wyoming Mustangs. And of course, the Mustangs trying to do what they can do. High pass goes up there. That one is caught and reception. Understandable. The results are all but academic at this point. No need to keep running it out there. Either draw the ire of your opponent or risk more injuries to your players. Just let it run out. We're probably going to need only one more play here by the Salina Liberty, and then we will be done here in Dodge City, and we ourselves will get the heck out of Dodge.
Yeah, Haran O'Neal is just happy that his team fought back, and they got pushed early in this game with some of the blows that the Southwest Kansas Storm had landed, with a safety and with the blocked extra point for 2, but they stayed the course. They played strong defense when it mattered the most, and they pushed this thing to the deficit that it is now, outscoring the Storm 20-3 here in the second half.
It's at the little delay penalty there to just run down the clock to 15 seconds. They called timeout, so now it's going to be 15. Unfortunately, the 3rd straight loss for the Southwest Kansas Storm, as they lost to the Sioux City Bandits in the Wyoming Mustangs. Their last win came against the Rapid City Marshals back on May 7th, so not the best momentum heading into the playoffs.
Certainly not, but hey, there's a lot that you can take from a game like this today, as the rush by the Liberty will solidify this one. They played strong defense and they were in it for a half, but certainly offensive execution will be the focus heading into the playoffs.
It will, and with that is our final scores. 000 are on the clock. The Salina Liberty will leave Dodge City with a victory. They win 36-13. The Salina Liberty move to 7-3 after the 10-game regular season. They have clinched the number 2 seed in the CIF playoffs. The Southwest Kansas Storm will fall to 5-5, and they will be the number.
It was really just stalling when you make your money in the 10-yard line and in
those money zones.
There were fumbled snaps. There were turnovers on tipped balls that were intercepted. Just a lack of execution. It wasn't so much the turnover today that hurt them like it did last week. It was just a lack of execution in the red zone, so to speak, and that's going to be what haunts them, because they were right in this thing at halftime, but in the second half, the Liberty again outscore the Storm 20-3 and they get out of here with the win and the 2 seed heading into the postseason.
Salina wins 36-13. Jackson now going to the playoffs. One of our final notes here is we're going to head for our send-off. You're going into the playoffs on a 3-game losing streak. What is that number one thing that Brandon Vanson and his team are going to have to work on here as they have time for the playoffs begin to try and reset the mojo off this 3
And then you just hit practice harder. I mean, losing stinks. There's no bones about that. But certainly there's going to be a lot to learn from it. And you're going to get a matchup with a team more than likely that you match up pretty darn well with. You're just going to have to go on the road to earn the win. So it's just going to be business as usual. But when the ball gets kicked off, it's a lot more urgent from here on out.
Well, they'll see what they can do in the playoffs coming up here, but that'll do it for us here from the United Wireless Arena in Dodge City. The final score, Salina Liberty win 36-13 with the Southwest Kansas Storm. For my broadcast partner, Jackson Schneider, I am Fulton Castro. Have a great night, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for tuning in to CIF Football on the CIF Network.
I made dinner.
We got McDonald's. Dad didn't cook.
Thanks, honey. Be right down.
Yes.
The only thing better than the free large fries you get when you download the app are the points you'll start earning on any order with My McDonald's Rewards. Download the McDonald's app today to get free large fries.